Dew 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 dew. I fucking hate the goddamn YouTube Studio bullshit. I have to really figure out how this works properly. I vastly prefer the older one. Oh my god, it's so much better. Ah, jeez. The older studio was very clear and concise, and this one is unnecessarily vague for no good reason. Go back to classic for now. I'll have to figure out how the new one works at some point because it's gonna switch over. I'm gonna go here. Okay, well, so with that being the case, I'm live right now. I want to go here, check out the stream. Whew. Alright. Whew. Alright. I wonder if it could tell that I'm. Oh, it does not. Interesting. Hey there, Frodo. It's time for some more of that Crackabell, ayo. Alrighty. So, with us having last stream 2 days ago, we got to know, we spent like 2.5 hours just walking around Crossbell. And now we're gonna focus a bit more on our quests here. So we did one last time, which was the monster in the Geofront. I'm check out the guide here. Alright, so let's do that lost item search one. So I know that we started off that that quest with the government last time, where we have to inspect the numerous vacancies in Crossbell, but let's do the lost items one first here. So let's go to the hotel, which is in the entertainment district. Hi there, Brosa. That's the wrong way. I still get lost in this goddamn place, like, even after like seeing it in like 4 games. Alright, cool. So This person is I believe on the second floor. Oh yep. I think the audio is fine. Tell me if the game audio or if I am too high or too low. I don't think I could take another step. I might as well cut my losses and head home. Excuse me, sir, by any chance, did you submit a request to the special support section? Oh, are you guys police officers? Woohoo! I didn't think you'd actually come. Alright, cool. Well, we're here to help. Your request mentioned that you lost some of your belongings? Could you explain how that happened exactly? Yeah, of course, sorry, this is just so frustrating. I don't even have the energy to cry anymore. You see, I love shopping, so I thought I'd spend the day checking out some random shops around the city. I eventually noticed there was a gaping hole in my bag. Oh my god. I fucking... I misread that. I don't know how I saw it like that. Like, for a brief second, I saw, like, the first half of the sentence as, I eventually noticed that there was a gaping hole in my asshole, but it was already too late. All my shit had fallen out. I searched for what felt like forever, but I still couldn't find any of my belongings. That really sucks, man. It's almost been a full day, though, without your stuff hanging out where you dropped it, to be honest. Passersby, I always confuse that word as passerbys. Passersby may have noticed your belongings and decided to hold on to them. Would you please say the locations you've visited during your shopping spree? Sure thing, as you'd expect, I stopped by the department store first. I spent a good amount of time there, with all the new brand name stuff they have on display. Can you blame me? Sorry, that's besides the point. Afterwards, I went to see East Street's marketplace. And it wasn't until I stopped to rest near the park in the Harbor district that I noticed the tear. After an uneventful day of frantic searching, I couldn't find diddly squat. I think I ended up losing my wallet, a souvenir I had bought, and, well, something else. I'm pretty sure I lost 3 things in total, but about that last one... You're going to tell us you can't even remember... You're going to tell us you can't even remember what it was, aren't you? Well, that should be enough for us to go on at least. We'll start by searching around the places you visited. Times, Eastery, and the Harbor District. Those are all commercially areas. It'll probably save us a lot of time and effort if we simply ask the workers there if they know anything. Awesome. Let me know if you find anything. Well, gotta find this guy's gaping asshole. So next up, let's go to Central Square. And we're going to talk to the receptionist here in the store. The Times department store. Trant was in here for a bit. He might have dropped it somewhere around here. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you happen to have a lost and found around here? You've lost something of yours? This front desk more or less serves as the lost and found, and we have a few things on hand. What are you looking for? A few things, eh? You think they've got Tron stuff? Hopefully. I'm not that shocked that they find a lot of drop stuff, given how big of a building Times is. Tron said he lost his Tron said he lost his wallet, a souvenir, and a third thing he couldn't remember. Upon reflection, it might have been wise to ask for more details about each of the items. Wait a minute. Are you referring to the customer whose wallet fell out of a hole in his bag? That's him! Oh, thank goodness. Someone ended up seeing him drop it after all. Oh, not quite. We only discovered it after the fact. It's just that he stuck out like a sore thumb. He most certainly did. He was happily laughing and cracking jokes with every person he ran into. While he was shopping, he placed his bag on top of one of the display cases. It was only when we were cleaning up later that we found his wallet. Tron sure is a lucky man. I hope all of our requests are this easy. He never bothered to come here to search for it. Poor guy must have given up already. I suppose that's why he came to us for help. Please wait a moment, we'll bring it right away. Here you are. Receive the man's wallet. Thanks, you two. You're lifesavers. No problem. Just make sure he gets it. That it gets back in the right hands. Next up, let's go to East Street. Oh baby, suck my dick. Do 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 do. Tron said he walked around East Street's marketplace. He might have dropped something here. Excuse me, have you picked up any items off the ground recently? Welcome. What's that? You've lost something? Sorry, pal, I haven't picked anything up. We started working at the crack of dawn, so I figure I would have noticed a doohickey or two. If it's pretty important, then why don't you check to see if somebody brought it to the police? I've got a pretty funny story for you. I suppose we still have yet to build up a reputation. Excuse me, have you picked up any items off of the ground recently? Dropped something, eh? Actually, wait a sec. I recalled some guy wandering around here yesterday trying to find something. Didn't stop him from making a dull joke when he saw my stall, though. I don't think he noticed the gaping hole in his bag because a package fell out of it when he wasn't paying attention. I tried catching up to him, but it was too late. Jackpot, baby. Oh? You the folks the police sent to pick it up? Guess I'll leave it with you then. Next up, let's go to the Harbor District. Ah, jeez. The Harbor District. Tron was in the area for a bit, so he might have dropped some of his belongings around here. Excuse me, have you picked up any items off the ground recently? Oh, are you looking for something? Actually, now that you mention it, there was some weirdo hanging out in the park earlier. I remember him yelling about a hole in his back at some point. He started freaking out pretty hard about it too. That certainly sounds like him. I only saw it from a distance, so I have no clue what he actually lost. That's too bad. Hold on. One of my customers mentioned finding something on the ground earlier. She hangs out in the park around here pretty often, so it shouldn't be too hard to find her. Why not try asking her for more details? I think it's her, yep. Sorry to bother you, but have you picked up anything lying around here recently? Oh my, I lost something, have we? I actually found something stuck in the grass on the outskirts of the park, so I was kind of curious, so I picked it up. It was actually almost blown away by the wind. Our client failed to identify what the third lost item was. What could blow away in the wind? Were you guys looking for? I suppose I should give it to you then. Ooh, a ticket. A train ticket, eh? Doubt he's going anywhere without this bad boy. Anyway, we were able to retrieve all of his missing items. Good job, guys. Let's go back to Tron and tell him the good news. I'm sure he'll be glad to see his valuables again. Back to the hotel we go. Baby, suck my dick. Oh, baby, suck my dick. Oh, baby, suck my dick. I think it's here, right? Yeah. This is the back alley, and then okay. You really did lose 3 things, Trant. Unluckily, you were able to track them down. Here you are. Take care of them now, from now on, okay? And please stitch up that hole. You guys are miracle workers. This is definitely my stuff, and here I was about to give up on ever finding them and head home. Excuse me, but how would you have gotten home without your wallet, or your ticket for that matter? You know what? You make a pretty good point there. Anyway, thanks for your help. I didn't actually expect the police to come and give me a hand. It was sort of a last-ditch effort on my part. I mean, you guys were great, but I haven't heard the best I haven't heard the best things about this EPD. Like, I was really surprised when you 4 showed up to help. I see. I think I'm finally starting to get why the special support section was made. Isn't it wonderful, though, that feeling of helping out someone in need? At any rate, that should be it for this request. Alright, next up we're gonna continue that quest with the vacancies. We have to inspect these certain residences that are vacant. So we're going to go to Residential Street, which is to the far west here. Here's the first one. I think this is the vacant house. It has the right address. It doesn't look like anybody's here. Doesn't matter how you look at it, things an empty mansion. Agreed, I am unable to detect any presences from within. I think this house has been abandoned for a little over 10 years. I recall hearing rumors about this house being haunted back when I was a child. Oh, really? Ellie and I are around the same age, but I've never heard this rumor at all. At any rate, I think we've successfully verified the vacancy. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. To East Street we go, to the Fisherman's Guild. Baby, suck my dick. This is the building directly to the right of the Bracer Guild. Wasn't it supposed to be vacant though? It doesn't display any signs of vacancy at all. Quite the opposite, actually. We should probably bug reception to see what the deal is. Man, I want to go on another fishing trip sometime soon. Wahaha, I bet you would, wouldn't you? Excuse us, sir, we're with the... Oh, you kids all interested in joining? I'll gladly accept you. Welcome to the Fisherman's Guild. Boy, am I glad to see younger fishing enthusiasts joining us. Joining the Fisherman's Guild. Oh, fishing hype boys? Pardon me, sir, but what exactly is this place? Oh, sorry about that, kid. This is the gathering grounds of fishing enthusiasts. The crossbow branch of the Fisherman's Guild. Hey, kid with the blue and white jacket there. You look like you've handled a few rods before. Okay, wait, I gotta take a screenshot of this. Wait a second. That's a really good line. Oh my god. I'm fucking done. Okay, there we go. I can sniff out talent from a stage away. How about it, kid? Looking to get your bait on? What? I mean, sure, I used to go fishing back when I was a kid, but... No, snap out of it. We're currently on duty. I'm impressed at how easily he can tell Lloyd has fishing experience. Lloyd handled a few rods back in his day. These old men mystified me. Oh man, that caught me off guard. Anyway, this may go without saying, but this building isn't vacant, right? Because according to the records from City Hall, this place should be unoccupied. What? Of course it's not. That's impossible. As you can see, we're in the process of planning our next fishing event. While we're on the topic of vacancies, there's an apartment complex by the name of Acacia down the street. Pretty sure there was a vacant room in there. That's what you're looking for, right? You'll find the Acacia directly to the left of the Bracer Guild. The actual vacancy is 2 buildings away? You're telling me the records were unbotched? That seems to be the case. In that case, we should head there and confirm it so that City Hall can update their records. Let's go over here then. We'll go upstairs. Excuse me, is anybody home? I failed to detect any presence inside, Lloyd. I guess this place is actually vacant then. Oh, what are you all doing over there? There's a vacant room. Huh, looks like we're right on the money. Yeah, last tenant moved away about half a month ago. If you guys are looking for a place to stay, I go pick it up with the landlord, okay? Well, I guess the vacancy on East Street was referring to this apartment. Did the previous tenant not file the proper papers or something when he split? Man, how lazy can he get? That reminds me, the City Hall receptionist had mentioned that their records may not be completely accurate. I now understand what she meant by it. Okay, so the vacancy on East Street is room 202 at Acacia Apartments. I should bring out all the details. Alright, let's go on to the next one. And the next one's at the downtown district, and that should be the final one. AKA the Crossbell version of the ghetto. Look, over there. Oh yeah, we got that call from Sergey at the end of last stream, yeah. There was a thing happening over here. Check it out. Looks like things are about to get heated. Hey, you blue bastards! Oh fuck, my controller. Shit. Oh. Okay. Keep up that ego, and you're gonna get murdered. Oh fuck. Huh. Yeah, you damn bugs have been getting on our nerves for far too long. Pretty ballsy of you to pull this underhanded crap on us. This is precisely why you Neanderthals are so annoying. We don't need to rely on underhanded tactics to take care of bums like yourselves. And besides, you're the ones who sent one of our boys to the hospital. What's that saying? An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth? I hope you're prepared for the judgment I'm gonna pass on you. Fine by us, you blue bastards. Wald doesn't need to come here for us to kick your asses. You took the words right out of my mouth. Waitie's presence here is unnecessary for us to take out the trash. Prepare for the crusade, everyone. It's time we eliminate these saber viper scumbags. Hold it. the hell? Never seen him around before. Cease your fighting immediately. Your thoughtless actions are causing a disturbance for all of the residents living here. Huh? Who do you think you are to show up out of nowhere and tell us what to do? The downside of not having a uniform. How do we proceed? We're with the CPD Special Support Section. We've received a request from residents of the area to intervene. Ha ha ha, you're police officers? Ain't no way in hell. There's no way they respond to a request like that. The cops never come here. At least come up with a more convincing line than that. We're being serious. Regardless, that doesn't change the fact that you're disturbing the other residents. If you're so intent on handing out ass kickings, then why not take it outside of the city? I'm sure you guys could use the exercise. Huh? You've got guts. I'll give you that. Thinking you could waltz into the downtown district and run your mouth like that? We have our own code we follow here. Keep pushing your luck, and you're gonna get sent to an early grave. Damn it. This ain't looking too hot. Are there no other conclusions to this situation? Because I suppose we have no other choice. Oh, what do we have here? I didn't notice how cute those two chicks were, ayo. You trying to act cool so you can impress them? Huh, hey, why don't you babes ditch these losers and hang out with some real chads? Are you out of your minds? This isn't the time to hit on women. Why don't we rid ourselves of these nuisances first? We can continue our fight later. Are you okay with that? Red Plagues? That fucking name. Fine by us. Take him down, boys. So I have no battle scopes, which is a bit unfortunate, but you know, it's not the end of the world. Let's see what to do here. Goddamn, I'm so like anal about this shit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because I'm like really anal about this shit, is that I'm gonna reset because I want to buy battle scopes. So I'm gonna I'm just gonna like turbo through what we just did because it's like just talking. Thank God we have turbo mode, because holy shit. And so all we did is just talking, so I'll just turbo through that and make sure to not enter the place by accident. So let's just go through that crap again and then just be pretty fast about it. Even though even though there aren't any like trophies or anything here, obviously, I do I do have a pretty obsessive completionist tendency, so I do want to scan everything if I can. Just go here. I could fast forward and turbo at the same time. What a world! All right. Central Square. Ah, baby, suck my dick. Yeah, I think Doom and Animal Crossing came out today. I think they did. I'll be honest with you, like, I have like no interest in Animal Crossing. And Doom is like, I don't really give that much of a shit. Harbor District, okay. And just like that, we finished that quest. I think GameStop released the games early, by like a day. Yeah. I have no idea if I'm gonna get Persona 5 Royal and Final Fantasy 7R like on release date. I really don't think I will, but we'll see. They're both still listed for their dates, so I don't know. We'll see about that shit. Let me just do this other quest while I'm at it here. The one that I started off. Do 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 do. Then go to E3, do those two things, and then we'll be caught up. I should probably save a bit more frequently, though, is the lesson I've learned here. Baby, suck my dick. Baby, suck my penis. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's the wrong place. Not the Bracer Guild. I think we'll probably complete the prologue this stream, maybe. I forget where the prologue ends though. Okay, so now that we're actually all caught up now, I do want to go like buy some items. Well, I want to report that quest we did with that guy, because that'll give us some Mira, and then I could use that to refill on some battle scopes. I do want, like, I find them to be a bit too expensive, honestly, but you know, it's not too bad, I guess. And there's also some really expensive but pretty good armor, but I don't think I'll buy those yet. Alright, cool. So we got 1,000 from that. That's pretty alright. Gear-wise, we're all caught up on our weapons, and then for armor, we're all okay. We could be better off, but I don't really have that much money here to spend, so. Hey there, man. Well, let's just buy. I'll buy like 7 for now, I guess. Yeah, there we go. I could buy some more stuff, but I'm gonna hold off on that. Money in this game is pretty scarce compared to like the Cold Steel games. Because similar to Sky and unlike Cold Steel, there's no separate mass, so we can't really just grind enemies for money. That's the wrong way. Okay, so now that I have some battle scopes, we're gonna actually dive and do that fight now. And I also saved it as well. Alright, so let's try to use these battle scopes here. They all have their own unique scan on them. So there's that. Wait, I do want to check something here. I don't know if does TO's analyze craft like actually analyze them, or is it just like the wording? Oh my god, we do so much damage. What the fuck? We're like really strong without battle scope. You there? Battle scope. I hate how like the the directions here work. It's kind of awkward. Yep, scan you. Just one more guy to scan then. Oh fuck. He enraged Randy there. I do want to see if Tio's Analyze Craft works on, like, if that actually scans them. So I'll leave that guy alone for now. We do a lot of damage though. What the fuck? I didn't think we were this strong. Okay, here's Tio's turn. It's time to experiment here. Oh, it does actually fully scan them. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, so I can use that as a substitute for the battle scopes if need be. Yeah, I can just spam attack bomb to this fight. Soko desu. These guys are tough. Just one left. Ayo, Ellie just fucking shot him. Damn. These guys ain't no amateurs. Those two bitches, I thought they were just their groupies. What's with their staff? That thing nearly fried me. What the hell? Stop screwing with us. You guys are just some bracers, aren't you? I told you already, we're police officers. There's no convincing them, is there? Fine, have it your way. No point in going easy on them. There's no way you're beating us at full force. Let's do this, men. We must show them the true power of the testaments, even if they are bracers. What in the absolute hell do you guys think you're doing? You can fall back now. Wait, here comes two of my least favorite characters in Crossbell. God. Walled? Wazy, you came. Oh, these guys must be... Looks like our head honchos have entered the battlefield. Haha, you guys have been having fun while I was passed out? So, anyone care to explain what the hell's going on here? How do we put this? We were trying to teach them blue bastards a lesson. Then these four chumps came out of nowhere and interrupted our fight. What? You moron. Didn't I tell you to use that damn head of yours before you start shit? Are you dumbasses trying to piss all over my reputation by taking up fights in public? Is that it? No, sir, that wasn't our intention. We never do anything to piss all over your reputation. Enough. And what do you all have to say for yourselves? Do you intend to disobey my orders? Hear us out for a second, Wazy. They started taunting us. That's why I don't want to hear your excuses. We're all a part of the Brotherhood. Spare us the unnecessary explanation. I understand. We'll reflect upon our actions. It's fine as long as you guys understand. Huh. You guys haven't changed a bit. You freaking disgust me, dude. Making your men dress up in those creepy ass threads. You think you're a cult leader or something? Huh. I didn't force anyone to wear these garments. You're not much better than I am. Look at you, taking your anger out on your own subordinates. Is that any way for a leader to act? What's with these two? I can't gauge their relationship. Anyway, why don't we set aside our differences for now? Are you guys actually police officers? Huh. You definitely don't look the part, that's for sure. Huh, they ain't half bad at fighting though. Especially the redhead. His body's built like an ox. cute compliment. Wouldn't say I am as ripped as you, though. As for the two ladies, with you, there's no way you can convince me they're police officers. I gotta admit, they're good-looking gals, though. How flattering. Tio just stays quiet. It's true, though. We're the CPD's new recruits. We're the special support section. A division that was just established. Oh, you're the ones that appeared in today's issues of the Crossbow Times, then. Leave it to the Crossbow Times to spread word about the latest topics instantly. Huh? These guys pull off something big? I think they're supposed to be those poser bracers in the news. Oh, I'm sorry. I suppose your so-called contributions helped with the rescue effort to some extent. I'll stop teasing you poor guys.
Yeah.
My name's Wazy. Wazy Hemisphere. I can never take this guy seriously. I suppose you could call me the leader of the Testaments. Why the uncertainty? You fit the image of a leader far more than I do. That shiny bald head of yours fits the role perfectly. Enough screwing around. The name's Walled Whales, leader of the Saber Vipers. So, you're Wazy and Walled then? Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Lloyd Bannings of the CPD Special Support Section. I imagine that you don't intend on escalating this conflict any further. Is it fine if I leave the rest to you two? Huh. Ha 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 ha. Oh boy. What's so funny? Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking about how silly you are. You think we plan on de-escalating the situation? What kind of dumbass train of thought is that? What's that supposed to mean? The only reason we stopped them is because we haven't finished our preparations. We plan on having the ultimate showdown once we're ready. And besides, it ain't gonna be the child's play you saw. Which one of us is gonna be left standing? We ain't stopping until one side's totally dead. What? You hearing this? You guys really trying to kill each other? Don't know why you're acting all surprised, though it's pretty obvious which one of us will get their asses handed to him right now. Keep running your mouth while you can. At any rate, this is none of your business. Especially not for a bunch of government dogs, much less total greenhorns like yourselves. What? Roll out, boys. We're headed back. Yeah. Let's get going too. Yes, sir. They're a handful. I don't think they were joking either. Yeah, they keep this up and it won't be much longer till this place is a war zone. We won't be seeing anything other than blood and bones around these parts. We have technically completed the mission assigned to us by the chief. The problem is beyond the scope of our mission, correct? I disagree. Our mission isn't complete. I don't want to stop now. If we let those guys have their way, then how will we ever regain the trust of the citizens? A convincing argument. You're right, Lloyd. We already know their intentions, so why don't we devise a plan to stop them in their tracks? Bit of a tall order, ain't it? We can't just get them to stop with some cheesy one-liner. They'll just laugh their asses off at us. Yeah, you're not wrong. I doubt we'd receive any support if we sent in a request to headquarters. Our best bet is to rely on our own strength and search for a solution together. Should we at least inform HQ about what's happening? They might send more frequent patrols to help maintain order. I doubt it. Think about what happened. Those guys aren't scared of the police at all. They'll keep stirring up trouble regardless. Sorry for a second. I think HQ is intentionally avoiding the downtown district. Oh, indeed. Downtown patrols are at a historic low according to the database. All for the purpose. Get Broma in here. Oh my god. Toma. All for the purpose of reducing the budget. Looks like we were right. But doesn't that mean we're kind of screwed? Why not just confront each group head on, beat their asses, and make sure they don't step out of line? I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Hold on a second. I don't really get it. Why are they even trying to wipe each other out? I'm not actually sure either. Ain't it obvious? There are a bunch of heated hooligans trying to take control of some territory. I don't think that's the case. If it were that simple, then they wouldn't have to resort to an all-out war. It'd make more sense if they were competing over a vested interest, but they're just a simple gang of delinquents. What could have possibly happened for them to want to completely annihilate one another? I'm impressed by your deduction. Likewise. Huh, I get it now. What's wrong? Did I say something strange? Not especially, I'm just coming to the realization that you're truly qualified to be a detective. No kidding, you're definitely analyzing this from angles I never would have even considered. One quick glance at the leaders' relationships and they look pretty chummy. There is a strong possibility that a hidden motive is driving the conflict. A motive only known by the delinquents and serious enough that they'd want to eliminate each other without a second thought. Yeah, that was my thought process. Well, there's only one thing left to do, right? You know it. Shall we pay the Saber Vipers and Testaments a visit? Which of the two should we speak to first? And that's part why I don't like Lloyd's character. Oh boy. So I do want to finish off the other quest first though, which is we gotta go to Lotus Heights. We still have the other matter in downtown to worry about, but we should have time for support requests. This appears to be the apartment complex City Hall wanted us to check up on. Yes, the downtown district's Lotus Heights. There should be 3 vacancies according to the documents provided by City Hall. Oh, are you with the government? Actually, we're police officers. We're just here to examine some vacancies to help bolster our crime prevention efforts. Vacancies, eh? I only recall there being 1 vacant room, though. Are you certain? Are there not 3? No, I don't believe so. It doesn't shock me that the government has trouble keeping up with that kind of information, to be honest. That's a symptom of why the downtown district never gets any development. Anyway, you're welcome to inspect the vacant room as long as you don't disturb the other tenants. Okay then, shall we go take a look? Sure, sounds swell. The door's locked. Excuse me, is anybody home? I fail to detect any presence inside. Yeah, it makes sense. Check out all the dust on the doorknob too. I doubt anybody's lived here for a long time. Figures as much. I believe every other unit is occupied, making this the only vacant unit. Okay, Unit 203 of Lotus Heights. Great. Now that we've confirmed the details in the documents, our work here is done. Let's head on back to City Hall and report our findings. And we're gonna do just that. Do. Hello, everyone. Is the verification process going well? Yeah, we've finished it up. We've come to submit the report. Wow, you've even included footnotes for each of the room numbers. Thank you so much. I'm sure the Residential Affairs Division will be more than grateful for the help. I'd rather they work on being a little more organized with their documentation instead. They had us on a real wild goose chase thanks to all their mistakes. I don't believe we have the authority to comment, but the organization of the original documents was terrible. I'm truly sorry for the trouble they've caused. Residential Affairs tries their hardest to ensure complete accuracy in their documentation. However, DIA members are constantly putting pressure on them. I hope you'll accept my apology on their behalf. No, there's no need for that. We may have been a little insensitive. Insensitive. It looks like this place has its own share of problems to deal with. Right. Members of the Cross-Spell Diet can make life harder for a lot of people. Anyway, I'm glad if we could be of assistance. I know it can get overwhelming at times, so please don't hesitate to contact us for help again. I agree. Assignments of a similar nature should be no problem for us. Just say the word and we'll be there. Thank you for the offer. We'll be sure to take you up on it if the time comes. There we go. And with that being the case, so let's go report that. I am really happy that someone made a good guide of this game, because even the last ones prior to this translation were really vague. They were pretty vague and not that good. Ooh, we've been promoted and we've got the bravery badge. Let's see what that does. We are pretty low on accessories now. I don't think we have any actually. Oh, we have one. We have a lighter. The bravery badge. Ooh, increases strength by 5 and prevents the seal effect. Either Lloyd or Randy is who I want to give it to. I think I'll give it to Randy actually. I'll give Ellie this in case. The lighter. Okay, so with that being the case, let's go back to downtown. I actually really do dislike the this whole gang war part here, because I don't like it. I just find it to be very not needless, because it does help expand Crossbell, but I just find the characters very, very flat and just not really worth investing time into, because even when you get to know Oazy and Wald more, they're just very, very bland, very boring characters, honestly. I'm not really a huge fan of this whole part. Alright, so with that being the case, let's go talk to them now. Let's go to the testaments first. And this game has also kind of depicted why I dislike it so much, and also for Lloyd as well. I'll talk a bit more about that when we're fighting in a field or something. a billiards table. Oh, nice. They've got a pool table here? Must be one of them so-called billiards clubs. Looks pretty interesting to me. Trinity is a legitimate operation in possession of a business permit. We better get a good look at the Testament's base of operations. What business do you have with us? Wait, you're those police dogs. Thank you for cooperating with us earlier. The sign said you were open, so I figured we'd come by and have a friendly chat. Have you no shame? What do you want with us? You better have a good reason for being here. We'll continue where we left off and settle it once and for all. Settle down. Abbess, why are you stopping us? Do not forget that this is our holy grounds. Cease your petty arguments. What are your orders, Wazy? Let's see. I don't see the harm in letting them stay. Understood. Thanks. What's the matter with these people? They look as if they're about to hold some kind of ceremony. Well, why are you here? Didn't I tell you guys already? I don't have anything to say to a bunch of dogs. Just because you don't have anything to say to us doesn't mean the opposite holds true. We'd appreciate it if you could cooperate with us in an investigation. Huh? An investigation? I'm going to cut you off and tell you that I don't plan on settling our differences with the Vipers if that's your request. The residents may be bothered by our disputes, but that's not our problem. They'll just have to deal with it until it's over. Yeah, don't worry. We're not here to stop your dispute with the Vipers. We want to know what prompted this desire to wipe each other out. What specific reason do you have? Oh, now that's an interesting question. That's silence. Let Wazy handle this. Sorry. Considering your reactions, there's more to the story than meets the eye. Care to share the details with us? Even if I bother explaining the details to you, what could you possibly hope to accomplish? If you were bracers, that'd be one thing, but the police, very unlikely. Oh, don't tell me. Are you guys planning on helping out a bunch of ruffians? I'll admit the police have been awfully negligent when it comes to the downtown district, and you're not wrong. Knowing the details doesn't necessarily mean that we'd be able to help you out. However, our objectives don't fall in line with the Bracer Guild. They place the safety of the citizens above all else. Hold your horses, pal. What are you implying here? Wait a minute, Lloyd. Huh? You don't get it. Do you? Do you honestly think I'd graciously provide you with information with nothing in return? Has no one taught you the concept of give and take? That's where you're wrong. You're the one implying I have nothing to give in return. Oh, do tell. It's any detective's duty to shine a light on the secret strategy within the darkness. At least that's what I learned growing up. If you happen to be holding any doubts about this situation, then we'll help you uncover the truth no matter what. This is what I can provide you in return. Oh, impressive speech, pal. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. An overly dramatic speech of that caliber is a rarity these days. You're Lloyd, right? Man, I like you. I wasn't saying that just to impress you. Anyway, are you willing to share your story? I'd like to learn your motivation behind wanting to wanting to annihilate the Saber Vipers. Alright, fine. It'd be rude of me to deny you any sincerity after delivering such a gut-busting speech. Abbas, if you would please. Understood. I've yet to introduce myself. My name is Abbas. I'm a member of the Testaments. Oh, pleased to meet you. He's huge. Just who is he? The incident responsible for our dispute occurred 5 nights ago. One of our members was ambushed by the Vipers in a nearby alleyway. Ambushed? Would you say that it wasn't a normal everyday fight? How could it have been a normal fight? He took a heavy blow to the back of his head and was beaten by a group of guys well after he lost consciousness. The whole thing was one-sided from start to finish. They beat him so bad that he was sent to the hospital. Damn, no mercy at all, huh? So, how's the victim doing now? According to the latest report from the hospital, he has yet to regain consciousness. The doctor has finished treating his wounds, but he did suffer from a heavy blow to his head. We're currently waiting for any further updates from the hospital. I see. Excuse me, did you attempt to contact the police at any point? Why would we do that? There's absolutely no chance they'd be willing to offer help. Regardless, the culprit is already obvious. Calling the police would only serve to interfere with our plans to enact revenge. I see. Please wait one moment. If the victim has yet to regain consciousness, to what degree of certainty can you claim the Saber Vipers are the culprits then? Hey, she's right. Don't tell me you guys determined that using your own biased deductions. Huh, as if we're that stupid. Unlike those meatheads, we're actually fairly intelligent. Though I suppose you may find that hard to believe. Wazy. We've got good reason for to be damn sure that they're the culprits. I'm sure you've got it all figured out too. Care to tell us your answer, Mr. Detective? Well, here's what I was thinking. You were able to discern their identities by the type of wound inflicted, right? Right you are, my friend. While most of the injuries were bumps and bruises, there were also a few lacerations. The weapon used had to have been both blunt and serrated. Wounds from a blunt weapon accompanied by lacerations from a sharp one. Oh, gotcha. You figure it was done by a nail bat, like the one we saw one of them using earlier. I see. The wounds inflicted on him could certainly serve as decisive pieces of evidence. Okay, I think I've written down everything I need. Thanks for providing us with a ton of valuable information. Sure, no problem. Are you fine with just this though? Won't you grovel before me and begging me to not exact my revenge? I'd obviously love for you to refrain from carrying out your plans against the Vipers, but I still don't have enough information to come to a conclusion yet. We need to pay the Saber Vipers a visit and hear their side of the story first. If we learn anything new, we'll let you know. Makes sense. Looks like you're dead set on carrying out this little investigation of yours, Mr. Detective. I suppose I should wait in anticipation for you to return with interesting information. And don't forget, if your investigation fails, this district will be engulfed in a bloodbath. I'll keep that in mind. I'll be sure to bring you back information that won't leave you disappointed. Alright, cool. So, let's see what to do here next. So Lloyd... there's an upcoming fight here that is actually Lloyd solo. So I want to make sure that he's prepared for what's about to happen here. So I want to go upgrade his armor. I think he has the latest armor here, I believe. Oh no, he does not. I gave one to, I guess, okay, I gave one to, okay, I gave one each to Randy and Ellie. Okay, I'll give one to, I'll buy this for Lloyd, because he could really use this for what's about to happen here. And also the shoes as well. Let me see here. Actually, I'll just buy one for everybody here. But why not, right? Alright, cool. Denim jacket, that is 6 more defense there. And the sandals are gonna give us one more movement space. Ooh. More agility and more defense as well. Also, I'm gonna give Lloyd the bravery badge. Alright, cool. And he's also maxed out on CP, which is nice. I do want to rest at the end, though. Oh, well, actually at the SSS. If you rest at the in the entertainment district, you get, I think you get 200 CP, which is very nice. But I'm gonna rest for free here because I could really use it for the small bit of health I need still. Yeah, so this next fight is actually pretty rough. I do recall dying here quite a bit when I was playing it on the initial translation. Do a very quick save here. You're those cops. Those clothes. Is this place supposed to be the Saber Viper's home base? Ignis. I believe this was once a warehouse that is now remodeled into a venue. They do not pay taxes, so I am unaware of the specifics. Don't just ignore me. I may be a rookie, but I'm a proud member of the Vipers all the same. Oh, sorry about that. We were hoping to have a discussion with your boss. Do you think you could let us in? You want to see Wald? Huh. There's no way a bunch of dogs could ever dream of meeting him. But no means no. Get the hell out of here. This may end up being a bit of a problem. Gotta admit, for a delinquent, he's a cute, bright-eyed kid. Oh boy, here comes some oh my god. Here comes some mommy femdom here. Hey there. May I have your name, please? Me? I'm Dino. So you're Dino, I see. You're tasked with keeping watch in case any suspicious individuals try to enter, right? That's right. Wald personally assigned me this job. I can't have any of those testaments jerks breaking in here. I definitely wasn't forced into this post by the other members. That makes sense. It's a very important job, but we aren't members of the testaments, correct? There shouldn't be any problems for you to let us in, correct? But I saw you messing with the rest of our guys just now. If I let you in, yes, we may have engaged in combat with them, but a spar that small is basically greeting to your men, right? Besides, your boss has already long moved on from the issue. But, if you still aren't willing to trust us, then what? What are you doing, Ellie? What's the meaning of this? Here, take it. You can hold on to my pistol while we go inside. This is incredibly precious to me. I hope you'll take good care of it until I return. Uh, fine. He can stop all. He can stop all. Already. You don't have to take it this far. I'll go ask Wald if you can enter. You'd better not seek it while I'm gone. Damn, that was a ballsy move. I was utterly frightened for a moment. That was impressive, Ellie. I don't think I'd be able to pull off a negotiation like that. And I'll spoil it right now. Her character never gets more interesting than that. I'm quite familiar with these situations, so feel free to rely on me. I don't think that approach would work on someone like Wald, though. You'd be better off speaking to him in a similar manner as you did it with Wazy. Yeah, I know, thanks. Wald gave the okay for you to enter. I'll let you in, but if I catch you trying to pull any funny business, you're finished. Huh, thank you. If you'll excuse us then. Not exactly what I was expecting. It's too noisy. You were right. They turned it into a music venue. Damn, they actually transformed this dusty old building into a hangout spot? I'm impressed. Huh, I was waiting for you to show up. You've sure got some stones if you think you could just walk in here. I can't believe you guys actually showed up. You've got a death wish or something? Looks like those blue bastards told you most of the details already. What are you here for then? You gonna arrest us? Not at all. We were hoping to ask for your cooperation in our investigation. If you don't mind, why exactly do you want to destroy the testaments? We've heard their side of the story, so we'd like to hear yours now. Huh, why? Is the testament's testimony not sufficient enough to explain their feud? No, it's not. The truth can easily change depending on who you talk to and what they claim they saw. The actual truth can only be brought to light once everyone's account has been thoroughly cross-examined and scrutinized. Doing so is one of my duties as a detective. Well, when you put it like that, it makes sense. So essentially, we need to analyze the case from various angles, correct? Huh, you're a weirdo, that's for sure. Wouldn't it make things a hell of a lot easier to just assume we're the baddies? What are you saying, Wald? Listen up, you punk-ass detective. Even if I did have the info you're looking for and was willing to give it up, what's in it for me? Well, I'm guessing you won't be satisfied with just learning the truth. Huh, hell no I won't. See, I'm the kind of guy who lives off of wrecking stuff and causing uproars. How about this? If you can cool down my bloodlust right here and right now, I'll spill the beans. Are you out of your mind? Figures. Let's have ourselves a little brawl. My gang versus yours. Kick our asses and you'll get all the info you need. Not a bad deal, right? We are gonna fight you, Wald. Self-defense is a different story, but willingly participating in meaningless fights is out of the question. No need to be such a killjoy, kid. If you're that afraid of getting pummeled, how about you just leave the two ladies here instead? Oh shit, took a dark turn. You're pushing your luck. For real, boss? I don't know, isn't that kind of scummy? Shut up, you morons. What's the big deal? Just leave him with us for the next 2 hours while the two of you go on a little walk. Do it and I'll tell you everything. Huh, sound good? More Toshin dialogue. It really is, though. Actually, I have a better idea. Me and you, Wald. There shouldn't be anything wrong with a little friendly scrimmage. If I win, you tell me everything you know about the case. Is that good enough for you? Wait, Lloyd, is that really a good idea? Damn, dude. A reckless idea, I must say. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Right over here. Looks like he's had a chance, but you? You look like a goddamn twig compared to me. As I said, I'm a detective. I've been through some pretty intense training. I doubt I'll lose to some two-bit street delinquent like you. Oh, fuck. Fucking Chad Lloyd over here. Didn't think there'd be another guy stupid enough to challenge me to a fight. Sure, kid. I'll accept your fight. I'm Wald Wales, the Demon Smasher, and leader of the Saber Vipers. If you think you can take me down, then show me what you got. Alright, so this fight's pretty damn rough. Let's do a battle scope. This song is pretty good. So he has no weaknesses at all. He's neutral to everything. Ooh, he dodged that nice bug. I should probably adjust my quartz a little bit, but it's fine. Because having a buff for attack would be pretty good here as well, honestly. I'll go straight for an S-Craft, I guess. Oh baby, fuck my ass. Oh baby, my dick's hard. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, I did kind of fuck myself here. I should have bought some more items. Oh fuck. Yeah, I was very dumb just now and I did not buy any items like a dumbass, so I'm kind of screwed here a little bit. Do 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 do. Oh, staying alive. Oh, that's not good. Oh, we actually managed to win that. Nice. No way. He won? Damn, dude, way to go. How about that? Looks like you ain't all talk after all. I wasn't expecting you to be able to keep me busy like that. Wald, are you okay? Damn you, you'll pay for that. Shut up, you dumbasses. Ugh, this guy's a real monster. Either way, not bad for a warm-up round. For a second there, I considered going all out, but my showdown with that pretty boy's almost here, so I'll let you off the hook this time. How thoughtful of you. So, mind filling us on the details of the incident now? Sure, whatever. It all happened 5 minutes ago at Freddy's. One of my boys was ambushed by one of those blue bastards. Happened to not too far away from Ignis, too. Wait, what? What happened afterwards? Huh, well, those cowards claimed that one of their own was attacked in the same way. Of course, that's just something they pulled out of their asses. Us Saber Vipers like to throw down, but we fight like men. You really think we'd bitch out and jump somebody in the dark? How badly was your guy hurt? Beat until his bone started to fracture. He's in the hospital now. Said it'll be a month or so until he's fully recovered. And unlike the blue bastard, he didn't pass out right after the pummeling started. He took a hell of a lot worse beating than him. That's for sure. I see. You guys definitely sure the testaments are the perps? You said he didn't pass out immediately, right? Can he give us his testimony? Hold on a second. Did he even see the attackers at all? Guess not. But it was definitely those blue bastards. I'd bet my life on it. After all, he was sniped by one of their rocks. A rock? Are you referring to the stones they launched with their slingshots? No fucking shit. Damn right I am. The shot knocked the wind out of him, so the cowards took the chance to rush in and kick his ass. He hung on for a bit, but not for long. Isn't it obvious who's the culprit now? Huh, that's all I got to tell you. I said it before and I'll say it again. I couldn't care less about the little details. I'm gonna put an end to him and his blue bastards. Nothing else matters at this point. Want to interfere? Be my guest. Just know that in the end, I'm gonna crush every single one of those blue bastards. You made your point, Wald. Anyway, thanks for your cooperation. I'm sure your testimony will be key in solving this case. We'll contact you if we discover any new leads, okay? Knock yourself out, kid. Anyway, and now we can just walk around here. Alright, let's leave. I am quite confused. Members of both groups were assaulted. Is it possible they were being untruthful? I did not suspect they were lying, though. Is something the matter? What? Did you take some of the damage from the fight? Huh? Oh, no, that's not it. I'm fine. He was going easy on me. I was thinking that something doesn't add up. How so? Well, 5 nights ago at Freddy's, members from both groups were assaulted at the same time, but in different locations. Even if they had coincidentally attacked each other simultaneously, with this many people involved, how likely would it be for them to be oblivious of each other's movements? Oh, no kidding. Neither of them are pros at covert operations, so chances of that are slim as hell. Five Metaloids. What if one group was ambushed and then retaliated in kind? That wouldn't explain it either. They would have taken precautionary measures to avoid facing retaliation from the enemy. Not to mention, both sides had supposedly been ambushed. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah, there's definitely something going on behind the scenes here. We're still missing the most critical piece of this puzzle. Huh. Looks like you guys could use a hand. Boy, it's Grace. Also a character that I do not like at all. Aren't you? The reporter from the Crossbell Times? Howdy everyone, we meet again. Cha-ching! Just score myself a money shot. This is an infringement on our right to privacy. I can't help it. Take the pictures for as long as I have, and your camera develop a mind of its own. Who knows? Maybe I'll feature you in my next article. You guys should take what you can get. I don't think it works that way. Do you intend to make a mockery of us again? Huh. What can I say? You guys seem to be a hit with the readers. Or, more importantly, I see you managed to drag some juicy info out of those hoodlums. I've actually been conducting a little investigation of my own, so how about it? Care to share the goods with your friend here? I'll take you out for a nice meal in return for as thanks for all of the lovely reference material you've given me. My treat. No. What makes you think we'd be willing to share classified information with a civilian, let alone someone working for the media? Oh, Foo, don't split the details. And here I was, thinking I could treat everyone to some great Eastern cuisine, and offer you the critical piece of the puzzle for dessert. What's that supposed to mean? So that's what you're playing at, trying to reel us in with the old give and take. Bingo. I'll be at the Long Loud Tavern and Inn, near the East Street exit. Don't be shy now. I'll have there first and drink all by my lonesome until you arrive. Come to think of it, I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? I'm Grace Lynn, a reporter for the Crossbell Times. Think of me as the older sister you've never had. A really annoying sister. Grace Lynn, a reporter from the Crossbell Times. Her offer sounds shady, but damn, that's one fine carrot dangling from her stick. I gotta take a screenshot of this too. Oh my god. This game has some really great lines. Alright, there we go. Reading off of her own wiki page. Might be worth seeing what her deal is. Yeah. I'd like to hear what information she has to offer, but I'm not interested in her bribery attempt. We can't rely on HQ to assist us, so we should take any help we can get for the investigation. Indeed, I'd imagine her curiosity as a reporter has led her to research the matter extensively. We'd best be careful to not let any sensitive info slip from our mouths. I agree. She gave off the impression that she was ready to pounce the moment any of us slipped. Ouch. Talking about a harsh assessment. Alrighty. So with all that being done, I do just want to confirm we've done all the side quests here. Oh yep, we have. Cool. Alright, so we're going to go straight to Grace Lynn then. Hahaha, I knew you'd come crawling to me. Don't be shy now, have a seat. I'll treat you all to a nice dinner. While that's awfully kind of you, we'll have to respectfully decline the dinner. How about we stick to exchanging information? Boo, you're no fun. Or are you trying to make a statement that you're impervious to bribes, unlike the upper echelons of the CPD? What exactly are you implying here? Hey man, speak for yourself. I'll gladly scope out that free meal, ma'am. I would also accept so long as you aren't escaping to make us owe you. It's probably okay. I don't see the harm in sharing a casual meal together. You too, Ellie? Huh, you're the only one worried about some kind of moral conflict, Lloyd. How are you gonna become a pro detective if you act like such a prude all the time? Alright, I get it already. But I'm forbidding you all from drinking, as long as you abide by this one rule, we'll accept your offer. This is delectable. The chef here is highly skilled. Munch munch. This food is most satisfying. Though it's kind of hard to savor something this tasty without a good drink. Come on, Lloyd. Don't be such a hard ass. One sip ain't gonna kill me, you know? Absolutely not. You know we're still technically on duty, right? We have to keep our wits about us at all times. Yeah, whatever. Our leader's as stubborn as a damn mule. On the contrary, Randy, are you not the one who is far too nonchalant? I'm gonna have to agree with them. Drinking on the job is highly inappropriate. Oh, you guys are so entertaining. Your personalities are wildly different, yet you fit together perfectly, almost like a jigsaw puzzle. Heck, you're basically a well-oiled machine now. Flattery will get you nothing. So, how about we get back to the topic at hand? We've told you everything we know about the incident that occurred in the downtown district. I seem to recall you mentioning that you had the missing piece to the puzzle earlier. Isn't it about time you filled us in on it? And what if I told you that I don't wanna? Good luck ever getting us to trust you again. Not only that, but it'd be the last time we talk, ever. Oh, calm down, I was just messing with you. Though I gotta say, you can be pretty charming when you're serious. It's a nice contrast to your boyish looks. I hate to admit it, but you've caught my attention. Okay guys, how about we get back to work? Yes, that sounds fine by me. I appreciate the meal. Whoa, hold your horses, people. I'll cut the crap and get straight to the details, okay? Where do I begin? Okay, have you guys ever heard of a group named Ravesh? Ravesh? I could never know how to pronounce their name properly. Oh, that name again. Guys, what's with the blank look on your faces? Ravesh & Co. I believe there's a business in Crossbell registered under that name. Huh. That's all they appear to be on a quick surface level examination. The truth of the matter is that they're actually Crossbell's mafia. They've been controlling our dark underworld for a long time. By mafia, do you mean that they're a criminal organization? Makes sense. I've definitely heard rumors about them on the streets. I'm guessing you two are already informed of their existence, huh? Yeah. It's pretty hard to be in the dark about them if you're cross-Bellin. Their organization has a vast network of connections with important people. I've heard they've even got strong ties deep within the government, so the police can't take any actions against them. Interesting. The underbelly of society is pretty much identical no matter where you go, huh? So why the mention of Ravesh? Are they involved with the incident? Oh, you betcha. Ravesh's members have been engaged in some rather shady business lately. They've been working their behinds off, almost as if they're anxious to complete some kind of plan. So anyway, being the investigation guru that I am, I decided to spend some time sinking my teeth into this potentially juicy scoop. So, you'd say that the mafia is working harder than usual? This certainly sounds ominous. I have a terrible feeling about this. Is that why you decided to visit the downtown district then? What? Bingo, my friend. About 2 weeks ago, one of my sources provided me with some intel on members of the mafia snooping around downtown. They were dressed like civilians, probably to try and conceal their identities. Doesn't that smell awfully fishy to you? Yeah, it definitely stinks. Agreed. Something feels out of place. Right, it seems a little too obvious that they're planning something. It's no coincidence that both of the living groups simultaneously started antagonizing each other. That would make Ravesh a likely suspect for puppeteering the whole incident. I am confused about something though. For what reason does a criminal organization require delivery groups to antagonize each other? Right, that's the million-mirror question. It makes sense if they already harbored a grudge against each other. And as far as I know, they don't have a rocky relationship, and I've never heard of any serious conflicts between them. Quite frankly, all three groups are savages. Those mafia dudes are way more threatening than the others, though. The weird part is, Ravesh doesn't have any conflicts of interest with the other two groups. I don't see the need for them to be fighting. What if one of them formed an alliance with the mafia to off their rival group once and for all? Going by this assumption, then it's not exactly surprising that the culprits would play the role of the victim. You bring up a good point, but do they really need to take it that far? Yeah, I don't get the impression that Wazy and Wald were on bad terms with each other. If anything, I felt like they held each other in high regard. Wowza, Lloyd, that was an astute observation. From what I gathered, Wazy and Wald are rivals, but they hold a mutual respect for one another. So at first, Wald and the Saber Vipers were the only gang in the downtown district. However, that all changed 2 years ago. Wazy showed up out of nowhere and established the Testaments. And we all know how Wald is, so he obviously went to go put Wazy in his place, but Wazy took him down. Yuppers, he sure did. Despite his charming looks and small frame, Wazy's a skilled martial artist. I heard he managed to take Wald by surprise with his lightning-quick moves and pinned him to the ground. Wow. I was not expecting that. That cute little dude's freakishly strong? Color me surprised. No kidding, but I don't think Wald's a pushover either. He was a little too careless that one time. They fought a number of times since, but they're at a stalemate, supposedly. I think that's precisely why they respect each other, though. That makes perfect sense. I see why they consider each other their rivals. Suppose that rules out any likelihood that either of them formed an alliance with the Mafia to crush each other. Agreed. They're both worshipped by their respective gangs, so I doubt their subordinates were acting independently. This could only really mean one thing. Whoopsies, I may have divulged a little more information than I should have. Huh? How do you mean? Anyway, I've got other interviews to conduct, so I'm going to go take off. Kick some butt with that investigation so I can write me a good story later. Toodles. She sure has an interesting way of handling things, but regardless, we were able to obtain some highly valuable information thanks to her. Yeah. Knowing that the Mafia is likely involved with this mess is a huge leap forward in our investigation. Now the real question is, why did the Mafia get themselves involved with their affairs? This is going to be a tough one to figure out with the limited evidence we have right now. The police database does not appear to have any relevant information either. I believe it is locked behind multiple levels of authorization. So classified intel, huh? It makes sense, considering whose pockets the Mafia has their hands in. Alright, let's go back to the SSS and see what Chief Circuit has to say about everything. As much as I'd love for us to solve the case, the situation is starting to become larger than what we can handle. You're right. Yeah, let's go back and see what the old man has to say for himself. Alright, but before that though, you do get an extra DP if you go back to downtown here and talk to somebody at the Testament HQ. Now that's come to this, I regret not reading my old man's medical textbooks. Medical textbooks? What the? Oh, it's just you guys again. You got a problem with that? Everyone has a secret or two. We dragged Azel back here after he was assaulted to administer some emergency medical care, but he didn't regain consciousness, so we ended up calling an ambulance and had to wait until dawn before we could shuttle him off. I may despise my old man, but I really regret not having him teach me some basic first aid techniques. So that's what happened. You guys must be worried sick. Yeah, strangely enough, the ambulance didn't depart for the hospital immediately after picking up Basil. What do you mean then? Apparently some other person downtown got injured and sent to the hospital. Hmm. It was some stinking Saber Viper. One of his comrades told us he got hurt. The ambulance ended up taking both the injured victims to the hospital at the same time. So, members from both of your groups were assaulted on the same night. Interesting. Talk about some convenient timing, huh? Convenient? The timing was horrible. Do you think we want to share an ambulance with some Viper? Ahem. Lost my cool for a second there. Azel being hospitalized has me worried. My old man works there, so maybe I'll use him as an excuse to go visit Azel tomorrow. Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm checking something for right now. Also got to drink some water. Surprisingly, not stuttering too much this stream. It was pretty bad last time. Alright. So with that being done, there's actually a hidden side quest in vintage Trails fashion. So we have to go to East Street and go to the Bracer Guild and talk to Michelle. Excuse me, Michelle, we came back like you asked us to. So, what did you want to show us? I've been waiting for you. How cute of you to come running like a group of puppies when I called for you. Well, if I recall correctly, you mentioned you had some kind of plan to measure our competency, right? You sure did recall correctly. If y'all are feeling up to the challenge, do you want to try taking a little test? A test? What kind of test, if you don't mind us asking? Oh, nothing too complicated. I'll pick out 10 questions at random from our test bank, and from our test bank we use it in the written portion of the Bracer exam. That way, I'll be able to know if you're at least as knowledgeable as a junior Bracer, or if you manage to get all 10 of them right. However, if you were to fail, then there will be no place for us to operate in Crossbell, where some of the greatest Bracers have gathered. Am I correct? Man, talk about putting on the pressure. Oh well, that's just dandy, ain't it? You're gonna think we're a bunch of dumbasses if we screw this up. Oh, pshaw, not at all. Not really interested in degrading you. It's not my style. Here's a tip for you. You can study the contents of the exam over at the public library in the administrative district. And we actually read all the books there last stream. Simply put, I'm testing you to see if you'll actually be worth your salt when it comes to helping out the average cross-bellin. So anyway, you guys up for the challenge? Sure, we'll give it a shot. Now that's what I'm talking about, baby. Yo, Lloyd, you sure about this? Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Honestly, we had to take some similar exams back at the academy. And besides, it's almost like running away if I back out of it now. Just doesn't feel right. I understand what you mean, and I agree. Thank you, very stale character. Likewise. Huh. I get where you're coming from. Screw it, let's do this. Hahaha, I like that feisty attitude. By the way, Lloyd, I get the impression that you're the leader of the group in a way. Want to take a crack at answering the questions on behalf of everyone else? Yeah, fine by me. Ooh, I love that look in your eyes. It's giving me the willies. Okay, boys, let's get this party started. I'm gonna see if I can answer on these on my own first, actually. Bracer Guild, Receptionist Michelle's test. And now the first question. This one will be a cute freebie to get you warmed up. As we all know, the Orbital Revolution brought forth the technological advancements of orbits to our continent. The question is, how many years ago did it occur? I believe it was 50. I'm pretty sure it happened about 50 years ago, right? Bingo! Right you are, my friend. Don't let it get to your head, though. Remember, it was just a freebie. It's crazy to think how much orbital technology has advanced in the last few decades. Back when I was a little kid, I would have never imagined riding in something as fancy as an orbital car. Seemed like something straight out of some fairy tale. Oh, that's one hurdle down. Anyway, on to the next question. Question numero... I'm not sure what language that is. DX. The driving force behind the Orbital Revolution was all thanks to one man's prototype orbit. Wait, is that how you spell dos in Spanish? I'm not sure. This one's another I'm giving you, but who is the creator of said orbit? It is Professor C. Epstein. I know this one. It's Professor C. Epstein. Huzzah! You got the right answer. Did you guys know that people were skeptical about his invention at first? They probably thought it was some kind of sorcery at the time. Once people began to realize just how gosh darn convenient they are, they quickly became an integral part of our daily lives. The Epstein Foundation has made some great efforts towards the research and adoption of orbital technology. That much is common knowledge. In fact, the orbital staff I use for combat testing is also for research purposes by the Foundation. Oh yeah, Tio totally mentioned that she's employed by the Epstein Foundation. That was a close call. She probably would have given me an earful if I screwed that one up. Enough chit chat. Next question. We all know that quartz are the key component to any orbital device, right? And to synthesize quartz, you need sepith. And when I talk about sepith, what specific form of septium am I referring to? I believe it's septium fragments? I believe they're septium fragments. Oh heck yeah, you've got that right, buddy boy. Septium fragments are refined into quartz, which we then use in our orbital devices. Monsters are inherently attracted to septium, so they often end up munching on sepith. Defeating critters is an easy way to obtain sepith, so keep that in your back pocket. So far, so good. These questions are all common sense. It's time to prepare for question 4. Our fave pal, the Erebonian Empire, lies to the west. Its important and overwhelming existence can be felt by all of us cross-Bellans. I imagine you've probably seen their emblem before. Can you recall what the symbol of Erebonia is? Oh man, I've played a lot of Cold Steel back in my day. Ayo. It's the Golden Stallion. I believe it was the Golden Stallion, right? Nay, is what I would say if you were wrong, but you're right. It's no secret that the pride of the Erebonian Empire lies in its unmatched military prowess. That being said, the Golden Stallion symbolizes their aforementioned military prowess. There used to be an order of knights in the Empire known as the Eisen Order. Ayo. They were known for employing cavalry, so that's probably why they adopted the Golden Stallion as their emblem. Nice. Managed to maneuver my way through that one. We're almost halfway there. 6 more questions to go. A nation known as the Republic sits directly to the east of Crossbell, diametrically opposing the Ereborian Empire. It's no exaggeration to say that Crossbell's entire existence is reliant on the long-term struggle for power between Ereboria and Caliberd. With that being said, do you know the name of the primary manufacturer of orbital and heavy weaponry for the Republic? It is the Vern Company. Oh, this one's easy. It's the Vern Company. Looks to me like you had Vern in your vernacular. Ayo. The Calvardian Vern Company and the Ereborian Rhineford Company are famed as the two largest manufacturers of orbital weaponry. However, it's a disservice to only attribute their contributions to weaponry. They're also responsible for the development of vehicles, appliances, and plenty of other nifty items. Phew, another one down. You started rambling for a bit, but I'm glad I got it right. Looks like we made it a little past the halfway point now. You are giving a valiant effort. Nice job, leader. If you keep this up, I'm sure you'll have no problems plowing through the rest of it. I'm thoroughly impressed, Boyd. I wasn't expecting this from you. Haha, come on, guys. Aren't you laying on the comments a little bit too thick here? The questions were all fairly basic, weren't they? Haha, well, regardless of how well you're doing, you've still got 5 questions left, Buckaroo. I think you've had enough time to warm up, so it's time I up the ante. I hope you're ready. Shall we begin? It's time for the 6th question. A catastrophic event known as the Great Collapse befell our continent a long time ago. The disaster resulted in the complete loss of civilization and fractured people into different factions that waged war on one another for many centuries to follow. This period, now known as the Dark Ages, was eventually ended by one such faction that rose triumphant. They organized themselves to bring about order and justice to Zemuria, allowing for the rebuilding of society to begin. You probably know who I'm talking about, right? I believe it's a church? It was the Septian Church, wasn't it? Oh, think Adios, you're correct. Around the year 500 of the Septian calendar, the Septian Church emerged to spread the teachings of the sky goddess, Adios. Oops. Their intent was to provide aid to those in need. The church's influence grew powerful enough to establish themselves across Zemuria, so the nobles who ruled during the Dark Ages could no longer ignore them. The effects of Adios and her teachings can still be felt firmly across the continent to this day, as they are deeply rooted into our society. Well, that went well. Anyway, on to lucky number 7. The headquarters of the Septian Church is located in a city-state known as the Holy City of Arteria. The Holy City of Arteria is made up of various administrative organizations that handle specific tasks, giving it a state-like structure. Among these organizations is one that handles ceremonial rituals. Do you happen to know which organization I'm referring to? I think it's the Sacraments? Or I know it's not the Papal Guard. It's one of these two. One organization that handles ceremonial rituals. Which one? Ceremonial rituals, huh? I mean, I guess it's Sacraments, I believe, is for the artifacts, maybe? I think it's the Divine, Worship one, then. Is it the Congregation for Divine Worship? Bingo! Good job, that was one tough cookie. Most priests found within churches and cathedrals across the continent are employed by this organization. There's actually a cathedral located outside of the northern exit of the city that I offer the occasional prayer at. Oh, and the priest working there is also employed by the Congregation for Divine Worship. Ooh, that was really tough. Can you feel the burn? We're almost there. On to the 8th question. As we all know, the Bracer Guild has branches all across the continent. But what I really want to know is just where in the heck are the main headquarters located? That is Lamont State, I believe. It's in Lamont State, obviously. You're Lamont, 'cause right you are. Our headquarters can be found in Lamont State alongside our biggest investors, the Epstein Foundation. In the event of a serious conflict, the HQ can issue a direct order for all bracers to mobilize. Huh, I see. Time for the 9th question. You ever heard of that infamous thief that lives in Erebonia? Ayo. He's a bit of a strange one, Phantom Thief B. He steals precious works of art and then sends out calling cards with riddles on how to retrieve them. Also, his identity is hidden behind a mask. Apparently, people laud him as some kind of hero. Sounds more like a sadist to me, though. Anyway, I got a little off track there. Do you know what name this fellow likes to go by? I've actually heard of him before. Wasn't his name Phantom Thief B? Unbelievable! You got it right. Looks like you've done your foreign affairs homework. His infamy transcends the confines of Erebonia, as people across the continent have heard of his misdeeds. Nothing is safe from his grasp either. He's stolen anything ranging from rare paintings in museums to a whole frickin' tank. Rumor has it that he was recently running amok in Liberl. Who knows? Maybe you'll run into him sooner than you think. Yeah, I've definitely heard rumors. I'd like to avoid them if possible, though. It's time for the 10th and final question. Erebonia and Calvert have been at each other's throats over the rightful ownership of Crossbow State for a while now. They've waged war against each other time and time again, causing grief and bloodshed for many innocent civilians. The situation has become so severe that it was brought to the attention of Liberl's Queen Alicia. She proposed a treaty to end the conflict between the two nations. The treaty was signed 2 years ago by 3 nations: Liberl, Erebonia, and Calvert. If you're truly cross-Bellin, then the answer to this question should be a no-brainer, right? It is, I believe, the Non-Aggression Pact. I recall it well, it was a Non-Aggression Pact. And non-aggressive it was. That one should be a gimme. The treaty was drafted with the intention of diffusing conflicts between any of the 3 nations via diplomacy, as opposed to war. Prior to the signing of the treaty, anxiety was at an all-time high in Crossbell State. I'll spare you most of the details, but both nations' armored divisions thought it appropriate to hold simultaneous military exercises at our borders. One single misstep could have had catastrophic consequences. I'm sure it would have triggered a full-scale war between the two of them. And so Queen Alicia proposed this treaty as a means of preventing that from happening. We should be extremely grateful for Liberl for saving our hides. No way was I gonna get that one wrong. Oh, it's finally over. I was having so much fun. Good job getting through that. Oh, thank you, Adios. It's finally over. Why don't we take a look at your score, then? Wowza, a perfect score. Your knowledge is in line with our junior bracers at least. Tee-hee. Looks like you got some potential in you after all. Oh, well, that's relieving to know. Thank you very much. Wow, I didn't think he'd actually compliment me straight up. Dude, I was clenching my cheeks the whole way through. I'm glad I could finally take a breather. I'm surprised Lloyd managed to answer some questions outside of his area of expertise too. I think I'll ask him to assist me with filling in missing info for the database. You guys are embarrassing me. Anyway, I've got a cute little treat for the doggy who managed to work out all of the correct answers. Oh wow, are you sure we can have this? Yup, I didn't think you stood a snowball's chance in Gehenna of doing so well. So think of this as an apology for my ignorance. It's all yours now, sweetie, take it. Well, if you say so, thanks a lot. Well, this concludes our little game. Y'all better bust your backs, making sure you don't drag us down, alright? Yes, sir. We'll do everything we can. And that's it. Let's go back to HQ now. Do 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 do. Poggerinos. All quotes are done here. We'll do a quick save here. Lloyd's pretty low on health actually. Oh, you're back already. Managed to stop those delinquents? Well, about that. We think this situation might be a bit more complicated than you expected. How so? Lloyd explained everything that happened and laid out all the facts for Chief Sergei. Interesting. Chief? Alright, I'll leave the case to you then. Wait, what? What do you mean by that exactly? Whether you're willing to continue the investigation is entirely up to you. You won't be getting any info regarding Revenge out of me. You'll have to dig for it on your own. But that doesn't make any sense. If I told you to stop the investigation, would you follow the orders? What? If the Mafia really is involved in this, things are only going to get nastier. As your supervisor, the most logical step is to order you close the case immediately. Now, is that what you want me to do? No. If we gave up now, I'm pretty sure we'd regret it down the road. Randy's right, especially after coming this far. I agree as well. Alright then. I doubt I'd be able to rest easy knowing you kids are getting beat up by the Mafia. So I'll do you a favor and introduce you to a trusty consultant of mine. A consultant? Sergei hands over a business card to Lloyd. Grimwood Law Office. Something about that rings a bell. It's a law office located over on West Street. It's run by a bearded lawyer named Ian. Oh, near the bakery, right? I definitely ran across him a couple times when I used to live in the area. I've heard of him too. Mr. Grimwood provides consulting services to corporations and other businesses, right? He also frequently offers legal consultations to ordinary citizens, I think. Huh, spot on, Ellie. Because of that box-bearded build, he looks like a genuine beer. People often refer to him as Grizzly Grim. He probably has loads of info on the Mafia. Who knows? He might even have new intel that even the CPD doesn't know. Really? That's quite impressive. Just what kind of guy is this lawyer? You'll find out when you meet him. I've spoken with him previously about SSS-related matters. He'd at least let you finish explaining why you're there if you tell him you're the special support section. This is the perfect opportunity for a little meet and greet. Understood. We'll check in with him. Westery is just around the corner. Everyone okay with paying this law office of this? Of course. Shall we head out? Do 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 do. All right, so we're gonna go straight there now. So Ian, Grimmer, the guy that we're about to meet, he is, in my opinion, one of the most disappointing Trails characters in the series, and that isn't really obvious like for why until you reach Owl, but yeah, Grimwood Law Office. I believe this is the place. Yeah, I've seen the lawyer who runs it in the neighborhood before. I had no idea he was so well known, though. Well then, Mr. Grimwood, I'm sure we'll speak again in the near future. Of course, I'll be here anytime you need me. Shouldn't your division try to do something to solve the situation, though? Think about the impact that this will have on the citizens. Considering the access of the populace isn't my job, nor do I intend it on it ever being. Oh, this guy. I actually do kind of like this guy here. He is a pretty cool character. You four are. What's wrong? That's right. You're those pups that Sergei decided to adopt. Come again? Hold on, that badge. You work in the CPD too? Who I am isn't important to you. I imagine you're here to speak with Ian about something. A word of advice, try not to waste his time. Unlike you useless rookies, he's a busy man. But what did you just say? Believe it or not, he has some pretty cool characterization down the line. Jeez, what's his problem? He looked like a detective from one of the investigative divisions. His ego is overbearing. Glasses definitely ain't a greenhorn, that's for sure. You could tell by the weapon strapped to his left hip. Seriously, I didn't even notice. Impressive observation, Randy. I detected it with my sensors. A specialized military-grade handgun, I believe. Yep, sounds about right. Dang, guys. You two are amazing. Huh, I just managed to scope it out in the corner of my eye. More importantly, shouldn't we head over inside and greet the lawyer? Oh, I nearly forgot. I feel kind of bad bothering him if he's as busy as that man said. But let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Forget something, detective? Oh, pardon me. I took you all for someone else. Welcome to the Grimwood Law Office. How can I help you today? Oh, no need to hold back. If you have a question, ask away. Then again, you four look quite young. Do you have questions about loans? Or perhaps you're looking for potential business partners? Come now, ask me anything. No, sir, it's nothing like that. This guy's got a lot of energy. So this is the famous Grizzly Grim. I see the rumors are true. Hold on. Now that I've taken a closer look, I can't help but feel as if I've seen you before, young man. Are you one of the kids that used to live in this neighborhood? Wow, you remember me? You're right, I lived in one of the apartment complexes up near here about 3 years ago. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lloyd Bannings. You did live here, yeah. That explains why you look so familiar. Wait. Bannings? Then you're Guy Bannings' younger brother? Huh? Oh yeah, I am. You knew my brother then? More than knew him, Never mind. I suppose you're here to discuss something important. Come on in. You can fill me in on the details once we take a seat. Oh, and where are my manners? I'm Ian Grimwood, lawyer and owner of this law firm. I see. I was wondering when I would meet that special support section Sergey was telling me about. I actually read about you in the most recent issue of the Crossball Times. You certainly showed diligence and spunk right out of the gate, didn't you? Yeah, well, they sure took some liberties with that article. So Guy's younger brother is a police officer now too, huh? Oh, how time flies. I can only assume this is Adios' will. Mr. Grimwood, what sort of relationship did you have with Guy? Well, the same one you and I will have. Guy used to drop by occasionally to share and exchange all sorts of info with me. But as I'm sure you know, he was an incredibly talented detective. I wager he helped me far more than I was able to help him. But please wait a minute. Lloyd, your older brother is a detective? The hell, man, why didn't you tell us about him? Sorry guys, I guess it never really crossed my mind. Besides, Guy's not with us anymore. Not with you. He was killed in the line of duty. About 3 years ago now. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lloyd. That explains why you left Crossbell. My deepest and most sincere condolences. Believe it or not, I've conducted my own investigations into that particular incident. Sadly, any leads that may exist eluded me. I see. Well, let's forget about his case for now. It's not why we're here. Mr. Grimwood, I've already laid out our case to you. If you have any info pertaining to Ravesh and his activities, please tell us. Ravesh, huh? That unsavory group is nothing but bad news. Illegal dealings with both the Empire and the public, the selling of stolen goods, mirror laundering, weapon trafficking, operating as the middleman for hiring Jaegers, and that doesn't come close to scratching the surface of their crimes. However, no matter what sort of illegalities they've committed, the fact remains that they were able to take advantage of Crossbell's very unique situation. What do you mean by unique situation? What he means is, while trade and commerce have grown exponentially over the past few years, Crossbell's political foundation has begun to quickly deteriorate, right? Well put. Crossbell and politics are currently in an extremely fragile state. The majority of politicians choose to align themselves with either the Empire or the Republic, and are nothing more than greedy, power-hungry leeches. There's even a bill circulating with the Diet that cracks down on the Mafia, but it won't be approved. Too many Diet members are connected to Ravesh. Are you serious? Unfortunately, he is. The number of Diet members tied to the Mafia is higher than I want to admit. That's probably the reason why the police can't touch them. Reality truly can be cold and cruel. Does that mean Ravesh can commit any crime they want with no repercussions? No, it hasn't gotten to that point yet. If they don't control themselves, they would end up angering a majority of Crossbellans and our surrounding nations. Therefore, Ravesh has been treading a very thin line in order to avoid directly interfering with the citizenry's daily lives. And as long as they don't cross that line, the police can't lay a finger on them. You may wonder why they constantly look down on people. Well, that's your answer. This can't be real. Reality ain't so pretty. Behind the city's glamorous facade are shadows hell-bent on stirring up trouble. Yes, I'm curious as to how many classified police documents detail these activities. Anyway, that's essentially all I know about Ravesh. Oh, however, I need to mention that the situation with the Mafia has taken a turn. Really? Could you explain? Well, according to the intel, the police... according to the intel the CPD just received, a new faction strong enough to rival Revage has finally surfaced. And I don't doubt that strength. A new faction? Surely it's not the Bracer Guild, right? For all intents and purposes, the Bracer Guild is a positive establishment. This particular one I'm talking about, however, is less so. You see, there's a powerful organization that operates outside of the Republic's eastern quarter, and it's already managed to worm its way into Crossbell. How is it possible? You're certain of this? Yes, previous rumors on this organization turned out to be true, so I have no reason to be skeptical now. They're called Heiwei. Just recently, a new commercial unit, registered under the name of Heiwei Trading, opened for business in the Harbor District. Heiwei. Quite the Eastern name. This could potentially escalate to a brawl between two mafias. The petty fights we've seen between the street gangs would be nothing compared to that. The calm before the storm, if you will. So far, neither group has had the audacity to make their struggle public. However, I would be surprised if they weren't already battling each other behind closed doors, using a variety of methods. The 1st Division seems to be keeping a close eye on the whole thing. You don't say. So the man with the glasses who left right when we arrived was... Yes, that was Detective Dudley from the 1st Division. Coincidentally, he was asking me questions on the same topic. A coincidence indeed. Lloyd, what's wrong? You went quiet all of a sudden. Let me guess, you noticed something. Yeah, I still need time to sort it all out in my head, though. Thank you very much, Mr. Grimwood. Without your help, we wouldn't have been able to find the lead we needed to put this case to bed. That's so. I'm glad I was of assistance. Sergei has always been a tremendous help to me, so from both a personal and moral standpoint, I support your work 100%. If you ever run into any problems, you can always stop by my office and have a chat. So, what's the next course of action? Should we go back and sort through all the information we've gathered? Good idea. But before we do that, now's the time to wrap up any unfinished business we still have to take care of. And besides, if what I'm thinking is the truth behind all these incidents, let's just say we're in for a bumpy ride, alright. I appreciate the modesty, but your face is giving away your confidence. Anyhow, let's get back to the SSS building, which we've crossed everything on our bucket list. Sound good? Yes, it does. Let's make haste. Alright, so, when you go back to the, base now, you'll be, there's gonna be a lot of, drama happening. I'll buy one more to have just an even 5 there. And I do kinda wanna buy some ingredients for food if I could help it. Sesame oil, milled flour, I just need some tender white fish. Or some tender white dicks. Oh, that's too expensive. Baby suck on my dick. Oh, we have a lot of those, huh? Wow. Vanilla au lait. Honey syrup and fresh milk. Okay. Honey syrup. Where is that? Actually, I probably can't buy that now, huh? Yeah, sadly. Let's. I do want to cook some food here. Happy ham sandwich. I'll have Lloyd cook, I guess, and I'll go through all 4 of them. Happy ham sandwich. Natural sandwich. Ooh, nice. Randy is apparently the best at this dish. Milled flour, huh? Let me just buy one and see if he makes a good one here. Oh, they don't have that. Well, too bad. I do also want to buy some tier bombs, because even though we do have the tier art, which is good for healing, that's only restricted on those who have the quartz on. So I do want to be safe here and just buy healing items here for everyone to use, even if I don't have a lot of mirror right now. Also, all these status healing items are a bit too much for us right now, so I'm gonna just buy like maybe like four of these, I guess. Oh, that's a lot of money. Shit. I'll buy 2 of these for now. And take a quick gander at the Ornament store here. I don't think I didn't really gain any well, not too much, I think, to really unlock slots here. My priority now is to just unlock slots, and then once I unlock, I guess, about half of the slots for each character, I'll really focus a lot more on the quartz. I'm gonna open up, I guess, maybe a blue one for Ellie for now. Baby suck my dick, eat my penis. Well, that's pretty good, actually. We got some good slots there. Ornaments, let's take a quick gander here. Eagle Eye, I'll keep that on for now on Lloyd, I guess. I think Lloyd's fine for now. Ellie, I'll give her HP 1 so that she'll have I do want to kind of check something here. If I do that, then I'll be real. Like, I'm like, when it comes to like the quartz system in Sky and Crossbell, like, I'm not like an expert. Like, I'm like very like amateur, so I don't really understand the order too well. But I'll just go with the matching colors for now. HP 1, that's good. Tio. We don't have really enough matching quartz here, so I'll just give you maybe Evade's really good though. I do want to give Evade. No, actually, I want to give Speed to Randy here because he is the lowest. I'll give him Action 1, and then I'll give Tio. Yeah, I guess Evade 1 works. Let me see here. Yeah, I think we're good for now. Baby, suck my dick, suck on my penis. Do 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 do. Can I afford any food here, I wonder? I think I can. Oh, they're expensive as shit though, oh my god. Jesus. Ooh, Revive though, that's very good. Holy shit, I'll buy 2 of those. And oh yeah, I do want to sell my old... Well, actually, I think for the customization in this game, I need the old weapons. I'll just sell the old armor for now then, to be safe. And there are a couple of like stalls I could like go and buy from for now, but yeah, after I check out one, we'll go to the to HQ again. Well, we'll go to HQ again, yeah. Oh, this is pretty expensive. I'm gonna hold off on that. A lot of the food here from the stalls in Crossbell are like really good. What's that? A message, maybe? There's a note stuck to the bulletin board. I've got some errands to run. Wrap up the case however you see fit. It's from Sergey. He's gone? Who wants to bet that he ran away because the case seemed like a pain in the ass? We can't rule out the possibility. Perhaps, but think about it like this: it's a privilege to be given the chance to solve the case however we like it, isn't it? That said, what's our plan? Should we review what we know? Yeah, definitely. Let's get this meeting started then. First off, we should review all our info that's relevant to the case. The incident took place around midnight 5 days ago. Members of both the Saber, Vipers, and Testaments were ambushed by an unknown assailant, possibly a group of assailants. However, the attacks occurred at 2 different locations in the city's downtown district. Here and here. The Testaments member was attacked in the alleyway to the west, and the Saber Viper got messed up in front of Ignis, which is towards the east. In other words, the attacks happened at opposite ends of the area. Exactly, by doing so, it made it hard for both groups to learn what happened to the other. After initial treatments in their respective bases weren't enough, the victims were sent to the hospital the next day. Weren't the victims transported there in the same ambulance? Yeah, I can only imagine how much a shock that was to the medical staff on board. So consequently, each group firmly believed that they were attacked by the other, which is what we confirmed today. Yeah, the only answer that makes sense is that there was a third party involved. Unless both groups rehearse their accounts, chances of either group being responsible for attacking the other are pretty slim. Agreed. Based on the evidence so far, it's safe to assume the attacks were the work of some third party. All we can do now is consider all the possibilities and rule out the ones that don't seem feasible. But you already have an idea of who the third party might be, don't you, Lloyd? I do. They're the ones in control of Crossbell's criminal underbelly, the notorious mafia, Ravation Co. According to the intel Grace shared with us, someone spotted mafiosos snooping around the downtown district a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to verify the credibility of that. However, let's assume that Ravage was responsible for both attacks and continue our conversation. Well, that brings us to the next question. What was their motive? Bingo, the answer to that is crucial. If we can't answer that, we're all back to square one. So it comes down to motive. There's hardly any conflict of interest between the Mafia and the 2 gangs. There must be a line that connects the 3 dots together. And once again, you already have an idea of what it is, don't you? Well, I can't say with absolute certainty, of course. I think there's one thing that connects these 3 factors. The only realistic possibility that comes to mind is Heiwei. Oh right, our grizzly friend mentioned them, didn't he? That definitely feels like the most likely possibility for now. In that case though, what about Heiwei connects these 3? In order to be connected, there has to be some sort of inevitability. For example, was it this connection with Heiwei that made the attacks against the 2 gangs unavoidable? Yeah, that would explain some things. Oh? What you thinking, bud? Well, about that possibility Tio mentioned, what do you think Ravage would do if they found out Heiwei was trying to establish a foothold in Crossbell? Well, I imagine they'd look to expand their combat capabilities, recruit more people and upgrade their weaponry, you know? Ravage should have no problems getting new weapons, given their known smuggling operations. But how do they go about recruiting people? Good question. Normally you'd hire Jaegers. Well, that's highly unlikely in Crossbell's case, given the constant surveillance put on us by neighboring countries. So long as the non-aggression pact stands, Erebony and Calvard would never overlook the involvement of Jaegers. The 2 Diet factions representing them would likely react the same way too. Oh, that's it. Lloyd, could the Mafia be recruiting the gang members? Hot-blooded and more or less undisciplined. I can't think of a more perfect pool of candidates to beef up the Mafia's presence in the city. Then again, they can't just barge in and choose whoever they like now can they? Of course not. I mean, I could never see Wazy cooperating with the Mafia. I doubt Wald would bow down to authority either, be it from Orvash or the CPD. It's clear that he's not the type of person who would allow others to boss him around. So, Orvash realizes this and plots to weaken the two gangs, intending to swoop in later and bag the remaining members. Hell, that must be it. Remember, this is still nothing more than a theory. All we've done is bring together the facts and try to make sense of them. Ah, look at you being all modest. I think your analysis of the situation isn't too far off from the truth, Lloyd. Your reasoning was sound and logical. You certainly proved that you acing the detective exam was no fluke. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It's decided. Our next move should be to explain our theory to those two, don't you think? Those two. Hey, you don't mean... I sure do. Walled Whales and Wazy Hemisphere, leaders of the Saber Vipers and the Testaments. Station Street, near where the construction materials are stored. Asking me to come here alone in the middle of the damn night. What do those cops think they're up to? Is that the last train bound for Calvert? Yes, I believe it was. Wazy.
Yeah.
Good evening, Wald. What a beautiful night to bathe in the mystic moonlight. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, this is rich. You pretend to be one of those CPD pipsqueaks to catch me off guard? You must think you're so damn clever. Fine, bring it on, pretty boy. You want to fight? Because I am more than happy to give you one. What's on this? You know, I'm always up for a bit of late night wrestling. Oh my god, this fucking dialogue is so fucking good. Oh, Jesus. But alas, I am but a mere guest at this rendezvous. The hell does that mean? You'll see soon, they just arrived. You punks again? Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. Oh no, it's a pleasure to be here. So, what's this fun anecdote you promised to share with us? I'm not sure if fun is the right word, but you'll at least find it interesting. Ready for me to start? Hold the phone. Anecdote's fun. What the hell are you two going on about? Oh, Wall, you're such a simpleton. What did you... Surely you recall the incidents that occurred five nights ago. They're here to tell us who the culprit was, obviously. The culprit? What do you mean? Impressive deduction, Wazy. I assume you already had your own suspicions? Well, at first I thought that one of my members may have gone a little cuckoo. But as I started to sort things out, I realized that something was off about the whole situation. That goes for the Saber Viper side too. Sadly, that's as far as my reasoning could take me. Well, that simplifies the explanation a bit then. Walled Whales. I know there are still gaps in our theory. Still, would you listen to what we found so far? Fine. Keep it short. Waste a minute of time and I'll bash that baby face of yours in. And that's what we've come to with the info we have on hand. Any thoughts? My, how unexpected. To think we played right into the Mafia's hands. Does that mean you agree with Lloyd's theory? But of course. After all, Ravache sent some of their agents to visit us all already. They asked us to work for them, promising us the moon and stars for our service. Needless to say, I immediately turned them down and sent them on their merry way. Well, that's good to hear. That sells that side then. So, Wald, were you also tempted into collaboration with the Mafia? Yeah, about a month ago. They were acting all high and mighty, so I decided to show them what real strength looked like. Sent them packing real fast. Can't believe they actually had the balls to pull a fast one on me like this. Wazy, I am postponing our duel. First, I gotta warm up by crushing the smug mugs of those mobsters. Wait, you can't. Such a short temper. Calm down, Wald. Acting recklessly will just lead to... The last time was merely jest, but you really are a simpleton. Say that again. You know perfectly well that you don't stand a chance on against the Mafia on your own. Just imagine it. The leader of the Saber Vipers, Wald Wales, waltzing right into the Mafia's sights like a pig to slaughter. You have no chance. Oh, shut it already. We don't know what'll happen until we try. Maybe you could survive. But what about your poor little Vipers? Can they catch bullets with their teeth? What do you propose we do then, you bony wise ass? You really expect me to just sit here and swallow the shame of having our men hurt like that, huh? Huh? Of course I don't. It's only just just a handful of mafiosos were involved in this particular scheme. I say we give them a crash course on how us guys in the downtown district operate. Come the final exam, they'll realize exactly who they're messing with. I'll require your help though, Wald. You need my help. Hold on, you two. What are you planning? If you do anything to break the law, oh, relax. You'll be playing the teacher's assistant after all. We're going to be what now? Isn't it your responsibility to resolve the conflict brewing in the downtown district? I claim that makes it your obligation to properly educate the Mafia instead of leaving everyone down there alone, for good. Do correct me if I'm wrong, Lloyd. Well, what exactly is Wacy talking about? I don't quite understand either. Sounds to me like he just taking advantage of poor Lloyd. Remember, it was you who bothered to call us out here to share your grand theory. Isn't it only natural to see this case through? Three days have passed since. The confrontation between the rival gangs has fortunately died down. The downtown district has been involved by a tranquil atmosphere, an atmosphere so peaceful that it has become uncomfortable. Then, 'It's way too quiet around here. We went through all that effort, and those dumbasses still haven't torn each other apart. Don't you worry. Those guys are doused in gasoline at this point. One small spark and everything will just be up in flames. Those morons won't even know what hit them. All we gotta do is beat the crap out of an underling or two, and then we're good to go. As soon as you see one, kick his ass. And for your own sake, you better not get caught. Use a slingshot for a Saber Viper and just bash one of those Testament guys from behind. Got it. Huh. Let the hunt begin, boys. I just came. My prostate. Oh, fuck. One tiny blue bunny down. Haha, what a pathetic piece of trash. We don't got time to waste. How about you rough him up a little bit? Just be sure not to kill him. Business is business. Hope you don't hold a grudge against us. As if I let you. Oh, fuck Chad. What? What the hell? Man, I'm a little bit shocked. I really didn't think we'd get to fall for the bait this easily. Who the hell is this guy? To tell you the truth, I'd be fine with cuffing you and taking you down to the precinct already. Well, I'm not sure how the force will feel about using a sting operation as evidence. I'll have to let you go this time. Oh crap, don't tell me this guy's with... He's a cop? Not to worry, boys. He's just a special helper. Dude, are you serious? How the hell they'd fall for this? Lloyd's prediction was impeccable. Are you alright, Lloyd? Yeah, I'm fine. Putting that shock-absorbing pad under my hood was definitely a good call, though. Damn it. If the boss finds out we blew our cover like this... Well then, gentlemen, that raises the question. Well, what will be your next move? Surrender peacefully now, and I may be merciful towards your misdeeds. Or, would you prefer us to hunt you down? That may prove entertaining. Damn. Quick, split up. Hey, hold on. Two of you, come with me. Wazy. Hey, hold on a second. Crap. What should we do, Lloyd? There's something I want to demonstrate later on in this game that I view as pretty creepy, so I'm gonna call it to you. So there's actually an affection mechanic in the crossbow games that they don't ever tell you about, which I find to be really dumb, honestly. It's actually one of my bigger flaws with this game and with Azure. And there's actually certain events down like later in the game that you're able to trigger, depending on who, like depending on if they have enough affection. Help me out, Tio. Ellie, Randy. I'll leave the other group to you. Roger. Understood. Damn it, I can't believe those little brats from the police are involved. We need to contact HQ and request backup. Hold on. We screwed up the plan, man. What if the boss gets a whiff of this? Damn. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we should at least... Did you think we could get away so easily? What? When they get here? These boys aren't going anywhere. Yes, we have them surrounded. It's in Lloyd's and Tio's hands now. Damn, those morons. Don't have much choice now. We'll have to go from back. Huh, a valiant effort, but no dice. How did you catch up? Jump for it. And with that, they've cornered themselves. Much like moths to a flame. Haha, sorry to disappoint, but your cute little game of hide-and-seek is over. Surely you've realized the best option is to surrender, no? Look at you goddamn brats, where do you get off being so cocky? Now I'll see what happens when you force professionals to get serious. Better hope you live to regret it. Get ready, guys. Huh. Looks like they're wishing for a fight. Don't think we have much other choice. I can continue to count on your support, right, Lloyd? funnily enough, I almost said the same thing. Well, let's do this. Incoming. Alright, cool, so let's scan these guys. It should be a pretty easy fight though, honestly. They're a bit tanky, but it shouldn't be too bad. Oh my god, boy got fucking fucked in the ass there, holy shit. So Wazy is actually here with us as well. I'll debuff one of those guys, actually. You heal up Lloyd there, Tio. Oh, Tio does have max CP, actually. I should probably use that. If I just move... Ooh, she'll have a critical turn. That's really good, actually. I'm gonna do that. Just do a center attack here, it's fine. There we go, nice. Hey, that was really good damage. Easy. Gah. You damn kids. Whew, they were no pushovers, that's for sure. That man is brandishing an Erebonian manufactured military grade pistol. The latest model, I might add. Sounds like they managed to smuggle it past the borders then. By the way, Lloyd, I must say, that was quite the performance you put on. The dramatic confrontation and fall. It looked so real, it had me on the edge of my seat. Well, your plan didn't give me much of a choice, now did it? I wasn't about to let anybody else be the bait and put themselves in harm's way. However, didn't you volunteer yourself for an incredibly dangerous role too easily? I believe your attempt at earning the title of Zemuria's nicest man has gone too far. Really, that wasn't my intention. Huh, that soft-hearted nature of yours is sure to cause problems in the future. Although I don't necessarily find that part of you to be a turn-off. Huh? Well, anyway, I was able to exact my revenge, and it was all thanks to your help. I look forward to any future alliances we may hold. Chloe's just a masochist. You know, man? I am too, right? Like, no fucking shame. That's the one thing Lloyd and I have in common. You cocky little... Where do you get off running your mouth like that? Huh, now you've done it, you sons of bitches. From this day on, you've made an enemy of Ravesh. You damn rookies will rule the day. All the Diet members are on our payroll. Don't think you'll be able to get away scot-free. Is that what you think? What? Looks like you haven't taken your lesson to heart yet. New plan. I'm gonna hang you dumbasses upside down like a bunch of punching bags. Then beat the absolute piss out of you. Please. Hold on a minute. They're already defenseless. There's no need. Not to worry. You can leave the rest of us. Well, try to not get too carried away, okay? They're self-proclaimed professionals, after all. Beating them to pulp will only put a damper on their career. Huh, whatever. Huh, how about this, boys? Why don't we keep this friendly little spat to ourselves? I doubt professionals like yourselves would want your bosses to find out that you got your asses handed to you by a bunch of rookie cops. Even while taking them seriously. Such a pathetic report wouldn't go over well, now would it? Huh. Get bent, asshole. You'd be too hard to under if we were taking it seriously. Oh, what's this? Now, I'm no lawyer, but it's probably in your best interest to bow out. Grace? What are you doing here? Teehee. I've been keeping my eyes peeled for my favorite new rookies these past few days. Our toting characters. And much to my expectations, what an absolute feast of information you've given me. Oh boy, I'm dying to write up a riveting tale in my next article about this unlikely operation. Why you're just some bitch from a puny news agency. You think you could take Gravation, huh? Well, our circumstances are more complicated than what I care for, so I won't reveal your names. However, if you bad boys are caught pulling another stunt like this again, I can't promise that your group's going to bail you out. Fine, whatever. We'll be going now. But if you don't keep your word, lady, don't worry, you're pretty little head out about that. To be fair, you're the ones that should be worrying about keeping your promises. What do we want to be in hot water now, what do we? Cross the line again, and a little birdie told me the bracers might come and get you. What? The bracers? Just a little FYI, Arios was strongly considering taking over this case. Naturally, being the grand bracer he is, he was totally up to his neck in requests. He figured he'd leave it in your guys' hands this time. Is that true? He's keeping tabs on us, huh? That appears to be the case. Oh hell no. As if we'd ever be moronic enough to make an enemy of Arios McLean. There's no point in staying in this dump any longer. We're out of here. Oh boy, Arios McLean, the Divine Blade of Wind. I've heard my fair share about his exploits, but I didn't think the name alone would be enough to send the Mafia packing. Grr. Just hearing his name is enough to piss me off. Screw it. Show's over, boys. Get your asses moving. We're leaving. Yeah. Haha, I must say, I couldn't have done it without your help. Or would mission accomplished be more appropriate for you? Yeah, I suppose so. Though I guess our original mission was only to stop the initial fight. Anyway, you shouldn't have a reason to fight with Wald anymore, right? What are you going on about now? What? Whether Mafia is involved or not, it's not like our relations with the Saber Vipers are going to change overnight. We're still going to view each other as a blight on our territory. That won't change. Sure, there probably won't be another large conflict between us for a while, but our regular scuffles are bound to continue, no doubt about it. Hold on now. Huh. If you don't want our future fights to get out of hand, you're more than welcome to stop by and intervene when the time comes. Perhaps you could even join in on our little amicable little perhaps you could even join in on our amicable little disputes. I'd welcome you with loving arms. I don't get the impression he's joking in the slightest. Well then, I wish you sweet dreams, everyone. Let us return, Ibis. Our crusade has ended. Let us withdraw. Yes, sir. What an incorrigible group of men. Meh, leave them be. They're just a bunch of hot-headed dudes ready for a fight. Nothing you can really do about it. For once, you might be right. More importantly, we've successfully resolved our mission. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah, for sure. Still, I can't shake the feeling that this was a hollow victory. That discomfort probably stems from the fact that you rookies, once again, had to rely on somebody else to finish the job. How was that? Did I nail it? No, that's not. Boo, you're so petty. There's nothing wrong with accepting a little help in times like these. How else are you going to get the full picture? Only once you've understood this can you truly call yourself a detective. Just like your brother. Guy. Well, I think it's time for me to head on home now. I gotta go exfoliate. You'd be surprised how much work I keep. You'd be surprised how much I work to keep my skin this flawless. Anyway, night night. Yo, Lloyd, your brother must have been one hell of a dude. Judging from what I've heard, it sounds like he was it sounds like he was a talented individual. Haha, yeah, you could say that. There aren't a whole lot of people that would outrank him when it comes to persistence and efficiency on the job. At any rate, our mission is accomplished. Let's return to the annex and give Chief Sergei our report. I think I get the picture. I guess you guys did pretty okay for a bunch of rookies. It seems like you put your heads together and scraped by somehow. Small typo there. Yeah, right. That's a compliment, right? Surely you must have caught a glimpse of it during this case. The thorny, problematic sides of Crossbell. Well, yep, it's definitely a pain in the ass. Crossbell's seedy underbelly. A cold, cruel reality made possible by the corruption of its leadership. Aptly put. But the CPD isn't filled to the brim with a bunch of losers, you know. While some idiots decide to trade dignity for bribes, most of our detectives have self-respect and work with a strict code of justice. However, they're often stopped by certain barriers. Oh my god, this is fucking dumb shit. Fucking barriers. For example, the politicians who degrade themselves by making deals with the mafia for money and power. So how about Lloyd? Want to pack your bags, turn in your badge, and become a bracer? No, sir. These barriers are the reason the special support section was established, right? Oh? Protect civilians above all else. The bracer's code is admirable, but it has its own limitations. Some problems can't be solved by that alone. Smuggling and illegal arms dealing, the sale of stolen goods and mirror laundering, and the collusion of the mafia and the officials. They're all problems that lie outside the bracer's jurisdiction. He's got a point. So even the supporting gauntlet still has its limitations. However, as police officers, we have the power to right these wrongs. Despite the countless barriers standing in our way, the possibility of getting over them isn't zero. The real joke there being the game is called Trails from Zero. He's right. We, as members of the SSS, might be able to latch onto this possibility. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? Yeah, but hopefully I'm not being too optimistic. I do think that reality is not as simple as you make it out to be. However, I agree the possibility is never zero. Take a look at this guy, Woodia, dueling with the head of a delinquent group, volunteering as bait to lure out the mafia. How can a guy look so calm and collected, yet act so hot-blooded underneath? I'm not really sure if hot-blooded is the right term, Randy. Still, working with everyone helped me realize this. While it's true we're still inexperienced, as long as we stick together, no matter how high they may be, there isn't a single barrier we can overcome. I can't take any line where he says the word barrier seriously. Because, so, the battle theme for this game is called Get Over the Barrier. And so, every time they bring up the word barrier, like, in this context, like, in the scenes, it comes off as, like, super try-hard, and I just, like, laugh my ass off. Lloyd. I'm at a loss for words. A bit too cheesy for my liking, same to you. Haha. Haha. You don't have to laugh that hard, Chief. Although I suppose I'm being too idealistic again, right? Oh, well, I'm sure this won't be too bad. While it's true the idea of the SS was initially met with opposition and resistance, you guys can use this division however you see fit, Chief. Sure, I might not be able to directly bail you out of trouble, but if you end up pulling some crazy stunt and tick off HQ, I can at least toss you a bone and cover for you guys. I appreciate it, Chief. So you're going the laissez-faire route, are you? Jeez, I get what I get what you're gunning for, but aren't you a little too chill about this, Chief? In other words, our chief here is trying to evade any messes we may throw his way. Huh? That's what we called... Hell, that's what's called veteran experience. Will the SSS become a pale imitation of the Bracer Guild? Or will it transform into something new entirely? I, for one, am going to kick back with the cigarette and watch the fireworks. And that is the end of the prologue. So, before we end off this stream, I guess I should, I do kind of want to, like, expand on why... Ooh, we got some information reports. I do kind of want to expand on why I dislike this game so much. I do actually hate the sequel more. But, this prologue here of Zero kind of shows the beginnings of why I don't really like this game. And, like, so... I guess I should, like, elaborate that, like, I really, really like the concept and the premise of a lot of this game's story arcs, right? Like, the prologue was really cool in concept with the mafias. That was a really cool concept. The problem, though, that I have with it and with Crossbell as a whole, and it'll become more prevalent in the later chapters. The characters don't really feel like characters, if that makes sense, right? So the reason that I'm saying that, right, is that Lloyd doesn't really ever change or grow that much as a character, right? The Lloyd you're seeing now, personality-wise, is the exact same as you will see throughout the rest of the two games, right? And he will grow somewhat, for sure. I can't even fault that. The problem is that he never becomes compelling in, like, any way. And, the whole conflict with his, brother, with the way his brother died, it's barely tapped into, and it's kind of wasted quite a bit. And it's not really used enough to elevate his character enough, honestly. Ellie is, I think, the worst character in Crossbell. I'll be completely honest with you. Like, I could find a couple of redeeming scenes and traits for, like, Lloyd and Tio, and for some of the other characters, but Ellie is I think the most static character in the series, next to Gaius. But the thing with the two of them, right, is that Gaius is he's a meme, right? But he's not unlikable, right? He's not unlikable. Ellie, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, she's hot, but I am not over exaggerating in the slightest, right? The Ellie you've seen in this chapter is the exact same Ellie you will see for the duration of this game and the entirety of the second Crossbell game. She is the exact same, like, character. It's fucking disgusting. And while it's not too bad in this game, because it's not fair to expect wait, sound over the winds, what? Because, like, oh, you're fucking making a meme out of Gaius, okay. Because while, like, I think it's a bit unfair to, like, expect, like, rapid, drastic, and compelling character growth for, like, one game. The problem with Ellie is that in the future, like they do throw her, like they do bring up some personal problems she has and that she has to face, but I'm kidding you not, it's such a surface level acknowledgement of what she's dealing with and what they show that it's so fucking embarrassing. It's like some of the worst trails writing I've ever seen, honestly. The way her character is handled, it's like really, really bad. Um, Tio, I don't think Tio was as bad as Lloyd and Ellie. Like she has some really good potential. Um, this game actually handles her, I think, like somewhat well to an extent. I do have some issues we'll see later on, but it's mainly in the second game where she's not around for like half the game that I have like real problems with. But yeah, Tio isn't too bad. Randy is actually, funnily enough, the best character in Crossbell, like no doubt. He actually grows the most and has by far the most characterization of any Crossbell character. He reminds me of lot like he reminds me a lot of how the characters in Cold Steel are written. Like they have a lot of because the characters in Cold Steel, right? You get like a very like brief glimpse into their backstory like when you first see them, and then as you progress onwards, like you learn a lot about them, and they drastically change, and your perception of their character changes because of it. Um, Randy's a lot like that, and like in the second game, he's fucking like amazing. Um, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I talked about how Ian Grimwood, he's a pretty terrible character, honestly. The second game really goes into that. Um, who else? Grace, I just find to be very annoying and not like likable in the slightest. Um, and for the mafia guys, so Wald is one of the blandest some characters in the series, and and in my opinion, he really kind of kills the prologue a bit because he just kind of like takes away a lot of the tension and the intrigue because his character is just so annoying and unlikable. Um, Wazy is interesting on the outset. I'll be honest, I was pretty intrigued by his character because of how coy he is. But as we progress on in Crossbell, he has a very lackadaisical twist that feels very forced and does not elevate his character in any way. Yeah, Joshua, Estelle, and Reen are incredible protagonists. Um, like I'm not a huge fan of the romance between Estelle and Joshua, right? Like I do think it was a bit forced, a bit too contrived at some points, but I think it was very well. But like I think uh, I think the ways that their characters perceived romance and the way that they kind of just like and the way that their individual characters grew, I think, were like very very strong like throughout Sky 1 and Sky 2. Like they grew like a crap ton in those two games, and it was and they were and what also helps is at the beginning of Sky 1, right? They're both very endearing and likable characters, right? So at least I, right? Like I gave a shit about them at the beginning, right? Like they had very clear flaws, but those flaws didn't like really obscure their characters, right? Like they had some very endearing traits about them that kind of overshone their flaws and made their flaws kind of compelling. Reen, I Reen is a very different sword. Bleh, a different sword. Reen is a very different sort of like he's a very different sort of character because he has 4 games of being a protagonist, right? So he's very slow in terms of like growth. But the reason I really love Reen's character, right, is because if you recall, right, like at the very beginning of Cold Steel 1, he has traits that are like Lloyd here, right? like Rin is very like kind-hearted, very compassionate, and he takes a lot of issues on for himself, right? Um, but the thing with Rin at the beginning of Cold Steel 1 and even for 2 is that he had there were some conflicts with his character that actually related to the rest of the game in a very compelling way. One of the biggest things for me with Reen, right, his was him being an adopted noble, right? And like him not being and like he didn't know if he was a noble by blood, right? So he was in this weird middle ground of he wasn't sure if he was really a commoner or a noble, and he kind of fit like both sides, right? Like it was a very interesting dynamic they had for him, and I also found Reen's backstory like very interesting to learn more about. Like they did a really good job of like setting him up in the first game. The problem here with Lloyd, right, is that the game begins, right? And at first, right, like I find Lloyd to be pretty endearing and pretty cool, right? Because he's like a pretty like kind-hearted guy. He's like the standard like Trails protagonist, right? Um, but the problems begin to arise when they kind of blow their load a little too early with like Lloyd's backstory. I think, um, like the beauty of the characters in Sky and Cold Steel, the vast majority of them is that you only get a very brief glimpse of their backstories and characters, like when you first see them, and you learn a lot more as you go on. With Lloyd, you learn in like the first fucking chapter, right? That oh shit, his brother died. You see a flashback to like the funeral. You have like a lot of like talks with like Cecile, who you'll see later on, and his aunt. Like there's like a lot of it, but the problem with showing that much backstory for a character at the very beginning is that you don't feel much attachment to him, right? Like even though Lloyd is cool at the beginning, there isn't much substance to him for me to really like give a shit that oh his so his older brother died, huh? I really wish I could give a shit because I don't, right? And they kind of just like put that conflict with his brothers like killing off to the wayside, and they barely ever address it, and when they do, it's like super half-assed and forced, and it's like oh my god, it's so bad. Yeah, yo, Joshua was handled so well because throughout all of Sky One, right? You never hated the guy because he was very kind-hearted, but you could tell there was something very off about him, right? Like there was something very not right about him. And the end of Sky One puts his character into full force, and then Sky Two was like wild, right? Like it was so good with how they handled Joshua's character. Lloyd, they blow their load too soon, and they expect you to care about him from the outset too much, and that just kind of kills the entire like narrative of him driving forward, right? So yeah, um, I guess I'll talk about one other issue I have with the crossplay games. And you kind of saw some of it here. Yo, Joshua, Joshua was way too competent for what we knew of his backstory. Yeah, yeah, that is a good point as well. You knew something was off. Yeah, he was written exceedingly well in Sky One. It's one of my favorite parts of Sky One actually. Like, he was written super well so that you could both trust him and not trust him, but you could never dislike him. He was so good. One of the other problems with Crossbell, and you've kind of saw a glimpse of it in this stream, is that I'll be honest with you, the side quests in Crossbell are like really bad. They're like really really bad. Um, oh my god. So a strength to the Crossbell side quest is that you really feel like you're a detective, right? The issue is that they aren't fun to play through. So like you know how in like Sky 1 and 2 they had their fair share of like mediocre like very like bland side quests, right? Like, oh, my cat is gone. Oh, and like Coal Seal as well, right? Like they had quests where they were like, oh, like my cat is gone, like, oh, find this, find that, right? And and a, a strength that all like three sagas of games share is that it helps like expand the world and like just like the very like minute details of it, right? The issue with Crossbell here is that I'll be honest with you, none of these side quests ever become interesting in any way, and they all feel like busy work for the sake of being busy work, and they never feel satisfying to complete. Cold Steel, like the Cold Steel games have a lot of like there's very few side quests in Cold Steel I would consider bad. Same with Sky. Crossbell is very just like bland and boring, and I just hate it a lot. Anyway, um, I'm very impressed with the Geofront translation so far. Um, like very just like I've seen like two or three typos, but like this is like some like official company level translation. It's like really good. Anyway, I've talked long enough here. I'm gonna call this a stream, and I will see you guys possibly tomorrow for chapter 1 of Trails from Zero. So, see you guys later. Have a fantastic day, and goodbye.